I don't
Hello,
think even he can help you.
and you shut the fuck up. And welcome to Tabletalkers, Planar Problems. This is a continuation after the Conquest of Iron. That campaign didn't get a proper final end, so I'm going to have to recap a lot. There was some moderate difficulty getting that part recorded, so meh.
Ah,
You shut up. For the most part, though. They conquered the lands that they needed to conquer because they're awesome, I guess. And as they were having their victory celebrations and went to go continue conquering the things, the next outpost that they ran into actually surrendered. Upon this surrendering happening, a domino effect of similar things occurred throughout the rest of the infected lands, with notes saying that the controller units were literally going outside and decomposing themselves. After a period of trepidation, it was discovered that the people that were infected are now largely okay. They have a little bit of a residual whatever from it, but they don't seem to be under some hive mind control, and they seem to be back to their full faculties, if there are some lingering signs. So it doesn't seem like you guys are in danger from the parasitic plague. It has now officially come to an end. So, disc 1 complete. Hell of a job.
How many discs do we have?
You'll see.
God damn it.
Are we halfway there?
No.
During your time of celebration, though, eventually there were distortions in the skies above Diakov, at which point in time, Attican warships appeared and began relaying a message loudly to all the citizens to hear. They basically relayed that some defensive line was broken. People should seek safety and avoid large bodies of water. And at around this time, they began setting up basically a military occupation around both sides of the river and the coastline to the west. In the interim, the Band of Iron has been working on improving their access and abilities and equipment, of which I would like someone to go through their stuff, just whomever is able to talk and wants to go first.
Not it.
Not it.
Sounds like it's James.
No. Damn it!
You talked first.
What do I have to do?
Tell me everything you're doing during this time skip that we have talked about for the last, 4 days.
Big thing is setting up. Obviously, I can't get it done, but big thing is setting up the portal to home.
Okay, so you are attempting to craft a hell portal. Did you ever figure out where that's actually going?
I never got a confirm, but I think it's in one of the fucking... I wanted to put it where I got my gym. But that I don't think is owned by us.
I think Medina may be busy at the moment because Babu, so he'll confirm whenever he can. We'll circle back to that one. Other than your hell portal, what is your other stuff that you're trying to do?
I was mostly... Big thing was the hell portal. Other than that, most of it was just a bunch of crafting to get my abilities on point.
Yes, by
More so
that
than
you
they
mean
are.
your inscriptions and things like that?
Yeah, other than that, I don't really have anything else to do.
Did you
Save
break
help
the...
Vashnir.
Hey, 2 questions. Did you break the 2d4 limit on anything or try to improve anything past that? Or did you, word, I forgot. Was there anything that you were doing that would require a die roll because it may have been slightly outside of your scope of abilities? And are you using your party's war funds to pay for your shit? Or do I need to actually give you a personal tab?
Unless told otherwise, I will be using war funds.
Okay,
And
your Yurku boys looted a lot of money, so no problem.
and I wanted to brain. Come on. The only thing I wanted to do was get the arrow that has the returning ability and the ignore long range penalty thing with the bow allowing the arrow to do more damage, but the damage on the bow is still 2d4. I don't know if that's outside my wheelhouse or not.
Real talk, that's just one piece of infinite ammo, right?
Yep.
I'm sure you could find someone willing to do that. So I won't even have you roll.
Okay.
You keep in mind, though, that will make it to where your arrow will only deal a d4 extra itself. Because half of the enchantment's going to be going toward making sure it returns.
Oh, no, I didn't want the arrow to have any enchantment other than ignore long range and come back.
So both of those are your gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
So it
That's
does
the arrow.
what it's supposed to
the
do.
bow. Yeah, the bow I want to have the 2d4 force damage.
Everything looks like it does what it is supposed to do.
Yeah.
During the time between, a lot more merchants have gained the rune inscribing knowledge. Apparently some guild leader down to the south has been spreading it quite freely, and it is spreading a lot. That said, Moonstone starting to get a little pricey because everybody wants it.
Because that's the catalyst for everything.
Yep. Is there anything else other than you working on your spirit stone to become more stronger? Is Medina able to answer question as to where the portal goes? Take that as a no.
Yeah.
Then we
Spirit Stone to be stronger. I'm guessing I can just take what I have written down and put it on my thing.
If by that you mean the abilities have already fleshed out and talked through, then yes.
She's taking a nap.
Woo! So, Medina, I need to confirm on where I can put my hell portal.
The fucking, was it Nightbringer?
The basement of your guys' homekeep.
I don't think that's a good idea.
No, Nightbringer.
I say where I got my stone, because that's the deepest point in the ground.
They won't give you that place.
Damn it.
That place is richer than you.
Damn it.
Surrounded by mithril. Why would they give that to you?
I was surrounded by mithril. It had adamantine in the wall. And then we mined the fuck out of that.
Stole what you could and ran away.
Expensive.
Actually, no, mithril's the more expensive one.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Meh.
Mithril is the most expensive metal unless Eric changed it.
Meh. The magical stuff's all about the same price.
Eric is going to tell me where to fuck, or not Eric, Medina is going to tell me where to fuck to put it. I just want to put it somewhere. I don't care where.
Damn it, Stella. Remember what I told you, the dog shakes?
And now the baby's awake.
Yep.
Yep.
We'll move on to Thaddeus while you deal with that. We'll get back.
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh, well. Hi. How are you doing?
Okay.
I guess it's my turn now.
I draw.
So, most of my stuff is just crafting and more crafting and some more crafting.
Okay,
So,
obligatory. Any of it not the bog standard thing that I have said merchants can do.
Yes. As in, all of it. I don't want bog standard merchants to do my stuff for me.
It sounds like you're going to be making a lot of die rolls.
That's fine. Okay, wait. Except for, the things that are outside my normal wheelhouse, like smithing or...
Thaddeus, you literally have a cheat code to gain proficiency in that shit. Just
okay,
do it.
But I don't have the ability to use all of it. All of it.
You do. You have access to the forge and you can literally download the knowledge to your head. You just may not be the best at it.
I might not be the best at it, which means I'm going to ask for help with those things. I can tell people how to do it, at the very least. Okay. So, first thing I should craft. What was the thing I was going to craft first?
Oh my god.
I was going to be those metal hoops for my crossbow, because I was going to start with the interchangeable parts for my crossbow. No, not the limbs.
So what you are doing is designing a mechanical, interchangeable piece that you are going to be able to inscribe to make that inscription add itself to the crossbow so you can swap it out whenever you feel like you need to swap it out.
Indeed, exactly that.
All right. You have a very clockworky crossbow. So you may make either a tinker's or smithing check, one of which is intelligence based, the other which is wisdom based.
Shit. Right. So whichever one of them is intelligence based, it's what I'm going to do.
So let's say tinker.
Okay. Is that intelligence plus 8 plus proficiency?
It's intelligence plus proficiency. I don't know where the 8's coming from.
I keep taking 8 from saves. Intelligence plus proficiency. Cool.
DC, you mean?
That is
8
how you
plus
calculate
proficiency
DC.
plus modifier is DC, not saves.
Not saving throws, you're right.
It's what
Right,
somebody has
right.
to beat on the saving throw.
It's somewhat related a little bit.
Make your check, see if you manage to get the prototype.
It's in the 20s.
40 foot? Oh, I
Let me tell you how high in the 20s.
Yes.
It's 25.
25 is a very good roll. I'll say you managed to work out the prototype and one extra, so now you can have 2 things.
Ooh. Could I use a psychic die and maybe get 3 things?
No.
Not to know it's not a failure.
Oh.
I can't do.
Because you've already been told the success or failure. You can't do it unless you have.
No, actually, that one specifically.
No, that
isn't
one
a failure.
specifically if he fucks up.
Yeah. And
Second
you've already
thing
been
I wanted
told
to
to
craft.
succeed, so.
Yeah.
And then you can
Second
get
thing I
those
wanted to
inscribed with
craft.
whatever you want if you want to use a Bog Standard Merchant, or you can sit there
Oh.
and work yourself to the bone.
Wait a second. Metal hoops. Interchangeable parts. Don't want to trust a bog standard merchant with my own stuff. Not really.
They do basically the same thing they can do the same thing basically we can do at base without roll.
I've done things in the higher range with roll.
Yeah, but
can do
that's with
things
a
in a
roll,
higher
which is
range.
possible to fuck up.
Meh.
Who cares?
Hey, up to you.
If anything, I'm gonna ask Sidori for help with these things. I know I taught him how to do things, and I know he won't, spill all my secrets everywhere.
A little late for that. I didn't do it.
You wanted to make money. The other team said no.
The other team said no and took my money-making opportunity away from me, and I'm upset.
Regardless, let's move on to your next couple projects.
And yes, if I have the time, if the Dory has the time, he will help.
I'm sticking with the non-inscription projects. I think those are easier to just concept. I don't really care how they work out. The second one was the physical holder for my psychic blades.
Okay, that one's
That
more
way
of
I could-
like a traditional crafting one, so use the wisdom.
Or use the wisdom. Cool. Wisdom there. Let me just roll E20. Can I use my psychic die?
That's only after I know whether you succeed or
at the
fail.
moment. I have 11 at the moment.
That would probably fail, so you might want to try rolling.
I will try rolling. That
It's 11.
bumps it up to a 17.
Okay. It takes some doing, but you manage 1.
1 is enough. 1 is all I need.
So basically,
One
you
little
craft
psychic container.
what it basically amounts to like a hollow back of a dagger. Looks kind of weird, but you know it'll do what you need it to. Next.
Next. I kind of need to go find Vashnir next. So I can start experimenting with things and stuff.
Happens later.
But I'll put that off till later. Because Vashnir is doing stuff. So next I'm to have my inscribing projects, I think. Unless there's something I'm forgetting.
I'm talking to the wrong person.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay. So, inscribing projects. First one I probably should do, because I'm not going to let someone else do it. And for all of these, I should be asking Tadori for help.
It's up to Eric as to
The
whether or
first
not
one
Tori has the time.
If not him,
Yeah.
someone else that is probably in the Band of Iron that, would benefit from learning these things because you guys want to have your own crafters as part of your own shit.
It's
Yeah.
fair. As soon as the thing. Oh, I should add that to my to-do list. Teaching the Band of Iron how to do these inscribing things.
Well, you brought some smiths with you, and they would have picked up the craft pretty easily.
The first thing I want to do was inscribe my armor with a ton of moonstone.
You're trying to enhance its effects.
Enhancing its effect, yes.
Okay.
How much moonstone do I want to use?
At this point in time, I would just say you get the die roll to try it, and we'll not worry about the cost, because otherwise we will be in this segment for a very long time.
Okay, cool. I'll just try it.
We have a very lot amount of money.
I have 27.
Okay, that doesn't sound like a failure to me. So,
Okay.
the effect that you're enhancing is its ability to heal you, correct?
Yes.
So let's say that after you sit there and play with it, on top of the other things you have inscribed on it, now instead of just healing 10, it'll heal you 15.
Now it heals 15. Still once per turn. Got it.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
have so many things to inscribe. I
I
don't
wanted a
remember any of
similar
them at the
ability.
moment.
We talked about throne auto returning ring to make all the throne things do different damage types depending on what we need at the time type shit. That you
Did
seem
talk
to really
about that.
enjoy, because I liked the bow and arrow one myself.
Because I remember absolutely nothing else that I was going to do. I'm just going to infuse my two little interchangeable parts I just made with one with radiant and the other with lightning?
Cool.
Not force. Force.
Oh.
Eric was really happy, and then he went,
Are you
"Aw."
going with the 2d4?
I have to change that. I can't use radiant. I'm changing that to lightning
Can't you use
and
radiant?
then force. Because I already have necrotic on the crossbow. And they will just clash.
Okay.
That's a fair.
And yeah. So in that case, I'll just go with the 2d4. One, they'll make it easier.
Okay.
And
Then we
faster.
don't have to roll.
Yeah.
I
Also,
don't wanna
2d4 is
risk
not
it.
bad.
Not at all.
And the other upgrade to 2d4 is 1d whatever, and then the upgrade to that is 1d4 and 1d6, and that's weird rolling. And I don't like it.
And I'm not sure what I want on that physical psychic thing yet, so I'm gonna just think about it for a minute and pass on to whoever's next.
Well, I'd say that I think that James remembered he had a thing he wanted to do.
What?
You wanted to enhance your sword.
I did. That was part of my inscribing stuff.
Okie doke.
Yeah.
Sure, it's officially stated.
Yeah. My sword got I just enhanced the bonus action turn on ability of my flame tongue sword, so it now actually does flame tongue damage. That heals me for full. Great. Now instead of healing 2 per turn, I'll heal 4. Yay!
So people had a couple things for Vashnir. I guess we'll check in with Medina.
Medina? Uh-oh. He has been delegated to type. Oh no, still upset, baby.
Well?
Well,
We had an
It
agreement,
sounded to
small
me.
one.
It sounded to me that he was just gonna throw it into Nightbringer.
I'll make that
So
assumption, I guess. He's still typing, hold on.
he is still typing.
Maybe we'll get some information. Use funds place where need. Okay.
Fair enough.
got some
If
information.
possible, can we make the basement deeper to get like a sub basement?
You already have a sub basement.
So we have a basement and then a sub basement.
You got like this weird like under dungeon thing in Nightbringer. It looks like one of your previous owners there was kind of fucking weird.
Oh yeah, now it's gonna get a whole lot weirder.
Out of sight, out of mind. Okay, so I'm assuming that you're going to be the one helming that, correct?
I know where they need to send the portal to. I do not know how to make said portal.
But you're helming it for the most part, and
yes,
like a potential message I saw the other day, you don't want to like bring in the hags or anything. So that's just going to have to be go on.
If there is no one else, I will say. Because it is going to happen, but I would rather not risk life and limb to make it happen. Because that life and limb is not mine currently.
Well, the issue you're currently having is there aren't a lot of enchanters in Diego. Dwarves just kind of don't. There are some in Kingolgrad, but the capital is kind of under military occupation at the moment.
And fuck Kingolgrad.
Also that, Attica's busy, because Attica's always busy. Raktesh, maybe you can find a shaman or something. Illinois, they don't give a shit. They don't want to go help. They're bored. So, your best chance is the hags, but you never know what the fuck they'll want from you. And something like that's a pretty serious thing.
If it comes to that, I would want it done immediately or as soon as possible. And I'd be willing to give up at least 10 years of my life.
Oh, you're not going to get it for that cheap.
Well, yeah, I figured. But I don't know what else I have to give is the problem.
Well, let's just roll it this way. With you not thinking that the hags are going to say yay, manage your construction. It's very expensive and very, like, big. So go ahead and make an Arcana check. And that will give me a baseline for about what you've managed to figure out.
Did I say I really want to go home? Natural 20 for a 22.
All right. So with a 22, you put in a lot of materials. There's, utilizing the inscription stuff, there is a ton of diamond. There's a ton of things to basically say you're going to this place on the portal. But whenever it comes time to activate it, it'll try, but then it will fizzle out. Upon going and doing some research and like viewing what's happening there, basically the fact becomes, in order to create a permanent portal location, the interplanar, like, for lack of a better word, veil
bubble
needs to be in a certain state, and it doesn't seem to have that state where you are trying to build it. That's not to say it can't be made there, but in order to put it there, it'd be some very powerful magical effects that are required.
So I need something that'll basically force a hole through the bubble.
Basically.
And that is not power I am ever going to have the opportunity of using, I don't imagine.
Not unless you find some magic items capable of that, but at the moment you do not have. But you have your portal base constructed. It exists if you can find something to give it the kickstart necessary.
Would just throwing it out there, would just a random fucking scroll of plane shift work?
It would, but it wouldn't create a permanent effect. Basically,
Yeah.
the quick teleports are like an itty bitty like needle prick.
Yeah, I
But
understand.
a
what you're
bigger
talking
thing is a significantly.
about. I'm trying to make a fucking wormhole, not a pinprick. I get you.
It doesn't quite come to fruition. Medina, if there's anything you were wanting Vashnia to do, I guess type it out if baby's not, or if baby's screaming. If you can.
Gonna sneeze. Don't sneeze. No sneeze. Don't go away.
I'm back later.
Can I
Can you?
describe that part I was holding off on with the carotid siphoning?
You
Just
mean
straight-
Garnet?
Yeah, Garnet.
Are you talking about the melee thing?
The
The
So
physical psychic
physical
horror
part.
thing.
Yeah, sure.
okay. I would say just take the 2D. Actually, I probably should roll for that
Probably should.
because I could get
Because
more.
you're making
Uh,
if you're making it, yeah.
I'm making it, and I might be getting help potentially, so I could potentially roll high.
again, it's up to Eric as to whether or not Todori has the time to help, and there's
At this
also
point
other
in time,
crafters.
Yodak's probably in a workshop somewhere, and Tadori's probably staring at a portal going, "You suck."
So I'm on my own. That is
Well,
fine.
no, you have other crafters.
I do have other crafters, but they give me advantage potentially.
Normally, yeah.
Okay. Still double check just in case, because they kind of just learned the craft.
Well, I mean, at the same time, they are orky boys. But they do
They are
things a little
orky
differently.
boys.
So their help is, it has some costs.
I just had a reroll. I don't like that. I have 24.
Okay, you want to use your psychic die?
Yes,
Okay, cool.
very much so.
Don't even roll. You needed one more. Alright. So by the end of it, you actually managed to create a 2d6 effect.
Oh my god,
Ooh, 2d6 effect.
that's really fucking holy shit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you very much.
Kind of want to wait for Medina before we move into actual session stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess we should vamp. So how are things?
They've already told you that.
Yeah, but
Today was not the greatest.
now we're on stream and recording, and no, silence is bad.
Also, I wasn't here for that.
Oh,
So now
yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah, no, like I woke up today at like 9 a.m. and woke up with heart beating a mile a minute in a massive amount of fucking cold sweats and just with the sensation of extreme panic and something is just wrong. And throughout the day, that feeling of something is just wrong, something isn't right, what the fuck is going on, has just stayed throughout the entire day. So I have been in a light panic all day, and I have no idea why. It's just been there.
Constant panic.
Constant, like, back of the mind panic shit. And it's just like, go away, please. Still not really gone. My heart is still, like, beating a little faster than it should. Like that sense that you're in danger, like something is watching you, something is right there, you need to watch out. That is still there, and I haven't even gone the fuck outside today. So I have no idea what the fuck is going on. Other than I'm going mildly insane.
It's
So
That's who's watching you. Do you have a camera on your computer? A laptop?
no. Nope. Nope.
You check to see a tracker on your car?
Yep.
Sometimes police and
My car
FBI
wasn't even
agents
here.
do that.
My car wasn't even here. It was with Dad.
What?
He's not wrong.
They do that. Oh, am I supposed to reveal those secrets? Ah, right.
Okay. She's not asleep. I have her in my arms.
You're a trooper.
We believe in you.
Okay, what I missed?
Sorry. Hell portal in the basement of Nightbringer. Not active. Why? The veil isn't thin enough.
Sub-basement.
Okay.
Because apparently Nightbringer has a sub-basement.
Yeah, it's where you fought the giant goo creature.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, is that Nightbringer?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Ew.
I was thinking about the other goo creature, the draconic goo
I also
creature.
wasn't here for that, so my character doesn't know that exists.
Well, you were here for it, but not that particular character.
That's why I said my character.
You said I first. It's totally different. Adina, does Vashtir have anything for the time skip?
How many gems could we get? I didn't hear.
Basically, you can put a 2d4 enchantment on just about anything.
Or
We
use a
left it
fuck
to
ton of
one.
moonstone. Or use a fuck ton of moonstone to upgrade an already enchanted artifact.
That gets a little bit weirder.
It's a little more expensive too. And by a little bit, I mean a lot. But pretty much anything can get a 2d4 enchantment or inscription, I should say, on it of pretty much any kind of elemental type.
I think I have most of them on there. That makes sense.
Yeah, I was gonna-
the only one you're missing is psychic.
Well, that's because that.
I was gonna slap an opal on the lawnmower.
I'm assuming that means you're glaive. You can do that easily enough.
So now this glaive does 2d4, I'm guessing, force damage, or do you want more? Because more would require a roll from one of the crafters.
Which we have advantage.
I
if
think
one of us
Thaddeus
does
said
that.
he wanted your shield to play with.
I wanted his shield. So I was going to ask permission to, quote unquote, experiment with your shield a little bit.
Sure. Oh,
Permission granted. Cool.
yeah,
For the shield.
where's my shield? Where's my shield at?
Oh, he's not taking it. He's just going to fuck with it, and then he gave it back, probably.
What you doing?
Exactly that.
What you doing? As Eric said. You!
Oh, me. I am going to try to use some of these wasted crystals I have sitting around.
Okay.
They're
Crystals
just
are like void
building up
things.
nothing.
How much
They're
of
here. I
them are
might as
you
well try.
expending?
Ooh, that's a good question. I have 1,400 of them. So I think 205 is the lowest level. I know I probably should go one level below that, shouldn't I?
How much would the 2d4 variant cost?
Just tell me how much you're
That's
spending, man.
205.
205. Okay.
Because I believe 205 is a level, right?
No comment.
Soda, but there's no cold ones. You have advantage, so just do it.
I know. I have advantage, so I'm doing it. I have 22 naturally. Not natural, but I have 22.
Okay.
Do I need to use the psychic die?
No. Transcribing it with all these things. Basically now the shield becomes studded with all these little broken gem bits. Casting basically anything on it except for psychic damage will now cause it to automatically deflect and disperse some of the damage. So what that translates to is, Medina, if you're being hit by basically anything except physical damage or psychic damage, you can roll 2d4 and subtract that from the damage to be taken.
Okay.
This is one of those
Sweet.
things that comes out first, so if you have anything like Uncanny Dodge or half the damage stuff, then it would have it after these things take some away from it.
That's big.
No, bigger would be the other way.
No, I'm saying that's still big that we can now just subtract things from damage.
Yes, it is.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's a good one.
Is he 2d4 or 2d6?
2d4.
Okay, 4. I just need to make a
That's
note of
from
that.
non-physical and non-psych damage, right?
Non-physical, non-psychic. Yep.
Yep.
It's not a reaction, it's just a thing those things can do.
So anytime you're hit by it, it just happens. And then resistance is factored in after it happens.
Make the tank more tanky.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the
Tank is
point.
more tanky, we take less damage.
When the tank is the thing that everybody is afraid of and wants to hit the most, we don't have to worry about getting hit.
All right.
Oh, and during the time skip, I'm probably going to be talking to some clerics. That'll be the ones I would talk to, right?
About
Making a deal.
That's okay. You're basically seeing how can I achieve a boon of the gods. The clerics largely are going to give you the answer of like honing your faith and things like that. A lot of stuff that isn't really going to help too much. But you get the idea that it'd be a special favor either granted to a champion or you'd have to seek that end through magical means.
Gotcha.
So long term would be champion of the faith. Short term is, hey, fuck you, give me this.
Both are equally long term. It's just the end effect and what's granting it.
Yeah. So both are going to take the same amount of time?
No, it's just the way you get both is very different.
Yeah, okay. Fair.
Okie dokie. Is there any other bit of bookkeeping that needs done?
Not that I am aware of.
You continue the teaching of the irregular army?
Well, that's just passive.
Assumptions can be made that I'm always doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if you want teaching in Illrigger art, hi. Yes, I know you get it from a brain goo monster thing. Fuck off.
Alrighty. So, with you guys arming yourselves to the teeth, let's take the camera and shift it outside Nightbringer. It's around dusk. There's a light rain, and Peon, you are walking up to the gates. If you would like to describe yourself.
Hello. I am Peon Bone Crusher. I am a goblin. I am 3'6". Basic backstory synopsis. My parents abandoned me, raised by orcs, and I now like trees. I walk up to the gates.
All right.
What do I see, I guess?
At the moment, the gate is closed, but that's just standard affair. At the top, you can see a couple guards, and a orc will kind of look down at you and go, "State your business."
I come here to join the Band of Iron.
What you got? Like, what you get? What can you do?
I can do magic.
Ooh,
like you've never seen before.
I want to see real. You look excitedly down.
I would like to use conjure animals and make 8 squirrels appear.
The orc makes that noise.
Be my minions. Nature is mine to control.
I'll be honest, Steven, if that's the best you got, it's fucking funny. Yeah, I'll get the door open for you.
Thank you.
And they'll go over and you hear some creaking and the gates will open.
Could have just turned into a fucking bear. Nah, I'm gonna summon some fucking squirrels. Fuck this dude.
You and your 8 squirrels make your way inside.
That's fucking great. Oh, I love that.
Going in, this is very much like a militant town at this point in time. You can see that they've been, like, making a lot of fortifications. This place looks retrofitted to high hell. In the distance, you can see a couple wyverns just flying the fuck around. It looks like there's basically a small, like, destroyer-style ship just sitting off in a field somewhere. It does look boat-like, but you can tell that there are little magical augmentations on it that would allow it to fly, as you've heard with the stories of these people.
Flying boat. Thick.
You can see a bunch of individuals like at drill and things like that. You can hear merriment and other such things coming from a nearby tavern.
Can I join in said merriment?
Easily.
I would like to join in the merriment.
Alright. You just gonna go there and like bond with the men, or are you trying to like negotiate a meeting with the higher ups to get you part of the thing proper and stuff like that?
I would like to go and at first bond, and then later, as the merriment continues and I've become friends with everyone, to then negotiate my way into a meeting.
Just as a general statement, for most of these encounters, you can roleplay as much or as little as you want. So if you want to strike up conversation, we can strike up conversation, but if you're just like, yeah, I just want to do the thing, we can just do the thing.
I just want to do the thing.
Alright, that's cool. We have been sitting here for 40 minutes already, so... probably through a variety of parlor tricks and showcasing, yo, I'm actually a pretty fucking cool druid. You have an individual eventually that will take you over toward the keep. Who the fuck would he take you? We don't disturb Vash here, because he's normally busy, and we don't fuck with the boss. So probably one of the sub-bosses. That short one left, but the other short one's still here, and the other one looks angry. So let's go bother Jodak.
The other one is always angry. What the fuck?
That's what I
Jodak
just said.
He's smiling, so he looks happy all the time.
So Jodak, you're finishing up your little dagger thing, and you get a knock on your workshop door. And an orc will pipe up, hey, we got somebody here. They want to talk with yous guys about stuff.
What kind of stuff?
I'm
Okay.
just gonna open the door and push them inside, because they like magic.
Like good magic? Good magic?
The
Or
orc does that thing he said he does, and then leaves.
Oh! Me and my 8 squirrels all entered together.
Jodak, if you would like to describe yourself.
okay. I need to find Jodak's description. Give me a
Remember, you have
second.
pants.
I have pants? Right, I have pants.
We just had this talk. Just fucking god damn it.
I had several hours of school between.
I thought he was doing
now.
it as a joke.
I thought so too, but apparently not.
No, I was. Jodak is a halfling, stands around 2'8", has what color is your hair? It has light brown hair, tan skin, green eyes, has a perpetual smile / smirk on his face. Seems the type to like looking, mysterious or such sort of things.
You are
Always
heavily
He's
armored.
wearing half plate armor with a crossbow strapped to his back, and a stock and a sheath at his waist. Am I forgetting anything important?
Oh.
Pants.
Do not have a tail, and he does have pants.
Glad
does
your
have.
halfling doesn't have a tail.
Why would the halfling
I don't
have a
know
tail?
why he brought that up.
I think he brought it up because Star Wars, he did have a tail.
Yeah, Nima was the same color. So I'm proud of for the Nima. That's it. So I heard you can do magic.
Yes.
What's your particular brand of magic?
Nature magic. For the good of the nature.
Nature magic. Nature magic. Hmm.
Yes, I
I don't
made
think I
these
know of
squirrels.
anyone that does that.
I made these squirrels, you know.
They are deciding that now is a good time for cult-like activity, and they have placed themselves at an equidistant location to each other. And they're just slowly circling you.
Also doing acrobatics.
To the best of their squirrel ability.
Indeed.
So you
Squirrel circus.
made some squirrels.
Yes.
We're now
Like,
performing cult.
Made them physically, magically. I'm assuming magically because you were talking about magic.
Yes, I made them magically. Using nature magic.
Well, then, what do they do?
What do you
Are
want
they
them
just?
to do?
Can they fight a dragon? Can they
They can
fight
try.
people?
They can try.
Can they fly? Can they throw
They,
grenades? Not grenades, a flask, potions, acid, shoot fire out their mouths, those type of things.
they can certainly try all of those, but I will not guarantee success on any of that.
Actually, have a combination of spells and things that they can do. Most of the things he said, theoretically possible.
Good to know. That future state. So it's squirrel magic. The only thing you can do? Wait, why are you here?
I am here to join the Band of Iron, and I can do more than just make squirrels.
He did recently lose a magic man.
He did kind of lose a magic man. I mean, his contract ran up.
What?
Right.
Adina!
I am also good at
Please.
healing magic.
See, healing magic. You should have just started with that instead of the mysterious nature magic.
The
And as
squirrels
cool
seem
as that
more
sounds, it doesn't sound practical. You know,
impressive. That's
I
fair.
don't know what you can do. I don't know what they can do. And I'm
Yeah.
not sure you know what they can do.
Peon, hearing them like being besmirched so thusly, one of the squirrels gives you a mischievous look. It seems to be looking at you for permission.
I nod my head and go, "Yes, Jeffrey, you may."
All right. Jodak, where once there were how many squirrels?
8.
There are now 6.
I noticed a sudden change in squirrel number.
What do you mean?
I probably do. What?
That's why he prefaced that sentence with Jodak.
There's two of them missing, right?
No, it's no squirrels missing.
I'm pretty sure he said you had 8 squirrels. And I know I'm not a mathematician or anything, but it doesn't look like 8 squirrels.
Well, squirrels are very elusive creatures, you know.
Jodak,
Sometimes they just hide together.
out of the corner of your eye, you can see one of your collections of powdered gemstones just kind of shuffling along the ground, trying to be sneaky.
Hmm. Hmm. I probably should go pick that up.
Take a step toward it. Your shoelaces have been tied together. Dexterity saving throw.
Normal dexterity saving throw. 10.
You fall.
Can I use a psychic die to save myself?
Let's not expend resources.
No, yeah, I know.
You see, squirrels have many uses.
All right.
As you're riding yourself, you can see
Don't
probably the little
mock
bastard that
squirrels.
tied your shoes together. Just taking one of the potions from your belt.
No. Okay, that's where I draw the line.
It
Can't have
stops.
that.
Looks at Pia.
What?
It looks like it's giving you a look like, do I stop?
Yes. Yes, Jeremy, stop.
It stops.
We do not thieve.
And then the magical face scrolls away. The only reason they're doing these things. Pain.
Noted. Do not mock the squirrels. All right. You seem to have a proper mindset about you. So, why do you want to join the Band of Iron? Exactly.
I have heard of your many tales of heroism, if you may call it that, and I desire to protect the nature on a bigger scale than I can do alone.
Yeah, and your other squirrel hands you a bag of gem dust.
I'll pick it up and then hand it back to the. I forgot your character's name. I'm sorry.
Jodak.
Name's Jodak.
To Jodak while he's on the ground.
Yeah, I really should pick myself up.
Like, this belongs to you. There you go. But I want to protect nature on a larger scale than I can do alone. I figured joining a large group of mercenaries may assist me in that goal.
You're aware we're not particularly concerned about, nature when we go out on our missions, right?
At the very
Yes,
least, you'll be stronger afterward.
I
If
am
you
aware.
if you need some training to become stronger, that's perfectly within our wheelhouse. And I'm sure with some convincing, we can tell the men to be more careful.
To be fair, I don't think we've really damaged any nature thus far.
He blew up a lot of stuff with my destroyer. I had to teach you how to use that at some point, which means. Say it again?
We blew up a castle.
No, he blew up a castle.
That's not necessarily nature.
Blew up a castle.
Apples aren't nature.
Anyway, I'm not here. I'm sorry. I'll shut up.
All right. I don't know if I'm in the position to make any sort of decision. I don't know why they brought you to me.
They passed the buck. Now you can bring it with you.
Well, you don't seem like a bad guy. So I'm at least going to go introduce you to Bashnir. All right.
I would
As long as
appreciate.
don't do this to him, you should be fine. I say this, gesturing towards the squirrels. Or where they were.
I look at all 8 of my squirrels and tell them to behave.
What's the duration on that spell?
It's a concentration thing. Once I can find and read words. It just says concentration.
Well, it's probably up to a minute if it's like most summon things.
Conjure animal is what level?
3.
Third. Conjure animals is an hour.
Ah, never mind. I was gonna have them all poof away. Fuck me. Never mind. Okay.
Talk with them for a little bit longer. So, I say this. Did I just finish my
Yeah, your thing's done. You were basically
Thing?
in the process
Okay.
of like, all right, that's that taken care of. What the fuck? Am I supposed to be doing something else? And then somebody said hi.
This should be about the time when I need to go find Vaccinator and go get a shield.
Okay.
Anyway.
I can't feel my hand. My hand's asleep.
Maybe
Sorry,
you want to
you're
go
hugging
talk
my
to,
arm.
to Dodori so Medina can hold child for a little bit.
Oh no, she's asleep, but she was like bear hugging my arm, and it fell asleep.
They were trying to constrict your limbs. Okay.
Maybe too strong.
In that case, you can go wherever you want.
I apologize for my sudden outburst of weird noise. I just learned that he could summon 8 giant wolf spiders.
Ugh.
Ugh.
But they can do acrobatics like my squirrels can.
Bear,
Can they
please
sing?
don't summon. Please don't
Squirrels
summon
can
such
sing,
fucking-
actually.
Fucking spiders.
I know how to make money now.
The squirrels are actually a barbershop quartet.
It's
But
musical
octet.
chirps.
That cool. Just
They're an acapella
I am
group.
getting a tiny violin made.
So, Jodak, you can go introduce new person to
you
whomever
just
you so
follow me.
choose.
I'll show you around, I guess. I can't confirm or deny you. So
Greatly appreciated.
head to Dory, because Dory is a better judge of character than I am.
I-
Okay, that's a joke. I can't say up the straight face.
You're funny.
But Dory might roast him. No, let's not do that. I'm just gonna go try to find Vashnier wherever he is.
Hey, Dory's a nice guy. The fuck?
You're building a hell portal. I don't want to interrupt that. I really don't want to interrupt
Flash
that.
the camera over to the basement. He's just kicking the side in rage. But you can find Vashnier easily enough.
I had to go find Vashnier anyway, so might as well lead this guy
Take the 2 heart.
to him as well.
Okie dokie.
Knock, knock,
Well.
knock.
You are able to. Jodak leads Theon into a more war chamber looking room. Vashnir's been busy looking over a bunch of shit. But if you would like to describe yourself now.
Alright. Oh, I'm facing. Alright. What did I have a
Excuse me,
summon
sorry.
off. You're going to see a 4'5" dwarven fellow. His armor is very odd looking at it. Orcish in design, but yet it is made out of, well, you believe is, I don't know how much he knows, but it's about dragons.
You can identify dragon when you see dragon.
A white dragon scales and bones, but tell it's orcish in design. And right next to him, leaning against the wall fairly close, you'll see his glaive. It is, if I remember correctly, I think this one was a black glaive with a red gem near the top of it. And he has the hair on his head, and his beard is a reddish brown. Is that a description? Oh, tan skin, green eyes. Pretty sturdy looking fellow, but he has a welcoming face.
Your mount's probably somewhere nearby.
Oh yeah, has a two-headed what is what
It's like a
Is it
really
twin-headed?
small dragon that has like a
two-head.
lot of tail and neck that it just kind of diverges at some point into 2 head.
Just chilling in the corner or somewhere in the room.
Knock, knock,
I
knock.
love this new microphone. I can crinkle a bag and you'll never know.
I can hear it.
Oh, you can't.
Yes, I
can hear
can.
it.
I heard it.
Aw,
Paranoia.
God damn it.
Yes, come in.
Hey, Bashnier, what's up?
Uh, Same shit, different day.
How it normally is. All right. So there's this guy. He does weird magic and wants to join us. I want to ask your opinion about him before, okaying anything.
He usually does weird magic because he here.
No, it's more like magic I've never heard of before that I don't understand. Hence the descriptor weird.
Now, you guys are actually doing very well, but just so I can, give a more elaboration here. Casters in this setting are pretty rare, especially ones that aren't just I enchant things for power. So having somebody that's I actually do good magic healy stuff and can summon shit, that's pretty impressive.
Hey, bring him in. I want to meet him.
Oh, I'm pretty impressive. Yay.
I mean, this new guy's a better caster than you are.
I know.
You can hit things more.
I know that too.
Hello,
Yes.
I'm Peon.
Peon. Alright. I am Vashni of the Rock Hollow. Well, you met one of my men here. So, what is this magic you do?
It is called a nature magic. For the most part, creates animals from thin air and control nature and its elements to ward off enemies and protect the trees.
Are the scrolls still with him?
Hasn't been an hour yet, so yeah.
I'm gonna get down on one knee and try to pick up, or put my hand down on the scroll from my hand.
One of them will move hesitantly toward you, Vashnir. It'll kind of stop right before actually reaching your hand and give Peon a look like, sure about this?
I pull out a breadcrumb out of my pocket.
Go on ahead, Alfonso.
It tentatively puts its little squirrel hand on your hand.
I'm gonna bring it up to, I guess, my face, and I'm gonna give it a piece of bread.
And zooms.
My friend Bartimus over here, pointing at the mount with the squirrel in hand. He's also magical in nature, not the same as yours, but
One of the
nice.
heads yawns, and there's a slight frosty residue left over in the air where it does so.
He has his own properties. Depending on where he's at, and if he's cast away and summoned again, he will change form. I do not dictate what form he changes to, though. I'm petting the squirrel as I'm talking to him.
Jitters.
Very impressive. I very much like your mount over there.
If you wish to learn how to ride, I can teach you.
No.
Oh yeah,
That's not a
what
good
color
idea.
did Jodak and Tadori end up putting on their wyverns?
I'm sticking with my black and red. Guess it's the ice dragon, so ice wyvern, so yeah. Top of my armor set.
Probably either red and gold or. Yeah, we'll just stick with red and gold for now.
Okay,
To
you
match the
guys'
skin tone.
saddle and any barding that it has will reflect that. I forgot about that.
Oh, then if it's that, then I'll do black and gold instead. That way it doesn't just blend in with my skin tone.
Yeah, fair enough. If you want to ask anyone to teach you to write something, don't ask Fashtir. Or rather, don't ask Fashtir while he's on Barnabas. Anything else?
Caught you.
Really fine.
I caught you, he says.
You didn't die.
I caught you, Till.
I was riding about him as well. You were riding a wyvern, and I caught up to you, and I stopped you from falling. You pulled the reins too hard.
I fell into the lake.
Lesson learned.
I was the one who fell into the lake.
There.
No,
What did we
fell
learn?
across the land.
Don't pull the reins too hard. It's not like a horse.
Yeah, I don't think I've ridden a horse either. Actually, no, I have. Never mind. Scratch that.
Some part of you vaguely remembers the horses you had.
Horse
And then
we had
remembers
while we were
they
being
were all
attacked by
lost on the
wyverns.
boat. Their grave is Merrick's grave.
I'm pretty sure you described it as just like riding a horse.
Not
That's
at
the
all.
only reason why I agreed to
No,
it.
I said it's similar to a horse, but there's the up and down action. It's not just left, right, forward, backwards.
Also, it has the exact opposite function of a horse, because whereas a horse, it's some
You
sort of
pull
a...
up the stop. You pull up on a wyvern's reins, it's going to go up.
Yeah, I noticed. I noticed.
Continue your awkward introductions. Eventually we'll get into combat and all that shit. Probably not tonight.
He's picking
but
up more
maybe.
squirrels.
You just want to become covered in squirrels?
He's got room in his beard.
Unless told otherwise, they will do so.
People are allowed to do what they please, unless it is theft.
And they will do so.
Please do not steal. We have funds.
Squirrels are banned from
Speaking-
theft.
Speaking of that, do you need any proper equipment?
I do not believe so. I have been fending for myself for a few years now.
You went with, like,
uh,
crystal shield and stuff, right? I don't remember what equipment you have.
I just have a shield, a quarterstaff, like a dagger on my hip, and then a sling. And I have a few crystals, yeah.
Well, I meant, like, your armor. I didn't remember what you ended up getting.
Oh, for armor, I have a studded leather.
And that's like little crystal bits, and then you have a matching crystal-y shield. Both of which are +1, I believe?
Yes.
I was gonna say I didn't know what your current equipment was. We still have some items left in the treasury if you want to take a look at some point.
Also, I forget, did you get anything inscribed?
Oh, yeah. I think I put healing on my shield, and then I believe I put siphon on my quarterstaff and radiant on my dagger.
Okay, so you can see these, like, thinly glowing yellowish-orange aura from his dagger, a dark red one from his quarterstaff, and a green one from his shield.
Understood.
Well, from the sounds of it, I'm assuming you've accepted him into our little group here.
Yeah, so let's get you a ring
Right.
made.
People have special rings now.
Well, remember we all had a ring for the band of iron?
I didn't remember.
Yeah,
I know we
it's
had a gauntlet.
it's brain. Where are you going with this? Similar to like the Viking stuff. Like when
Cool.
you swear fealty to a lord thing.
I just
They give
forgot,
you-
because there's a lot of shit in my head I have to keep straight.
Yeah, I remembered. Kieran got one. Druid can't wear metal.
Meh.
From what I remember, I don't know. I don't know how it works.
He wants to play it that way, he can. If he doesn't, then.
Just natural metals, only pulled from the earth.
So, like, straight iron is fine.
Yeah.
Steel is not understood.
Steel is an amalgamation of carbon and iron. So iron, silver, gold, stuff like that, fine.
I can find some.
We probably have an overabundance of a lot of those.
Most likely.
I know. I think we can find some.
Well, overall, from your war escapades, the Band of Iron has been expanding. So if that's a thing everybody gets, then you can do it pretty
It was
easily.
for like
If
just.
there's gone.
It's mainly for the main.
Ah, okay, so it's like a status symbol. Gotcha.
Like for the
Commanders.
higher ups, yeah, in the main
Hey.
party.
Fine by me.
Sure you want to do that already? You just met the
He'll be
guy.
sticking with us.
after all.
He'll be sticking with us. So
You don't want to put him through a trial run or something?
oh yes, we can do that.
What are you talking about?
Meet
This
me
is
in
a
the
great
ring.
judge of character. Look at him with a squirrel beard.
Hey, he
He's
took
gonna
our
grab a stick.
he took our really good fucking rogue and put him on his ass day one. I think he's doing all right.
Is his shoe still tied together?
No, but the one shoe is just straight up untied.
I didn't know if he just like scuttled over here with his feet.
Oh, that'd be awful.
Taking so much time. It would have been so embarrassing. I wouldn't want to do that. No. All right then.
Yeah, it takes some time for the ring to be made anyway.
Ow.
Fair enough.
I
Fair
think
enough.
she's out cold. I think she's out cold.
Well, if you're going to be joining us for a while, should at least make sure you have proper equipment.
All
We're
right,
just gonna-
Caleb, I know I put you in the danger room, but it sounds like they might be doing their own thing.
Yeah.
What happens next is not my fault.
I'm just going to give you this here bag of folding. You'll have one, at least.
That's useful.
I carry an extra one, just in case. You know.
Yes, that makes sense.
Also, you can hide some of your weapons and stuff, so you don't, have everything out and obvious and potentially be stolen from you.
You make very
Considering
good
most of
points.
these guys are orcs, that might be a problem.
I mean-
Especially if they don't know your face.
I mean, my parents are orcs. It's okay.
Yeah, orcs are kind of that thing to where once you know how to live with them, they're not that bad. But if you have no idea what the hell you're doing, they're a bit rough. But you know what the fuck you're doing.
You
And
say
like
you've been
Klingons.
living on your own, fighting for a while, right?
Yes, I've been wandering for about 3 years.
So you say you're fairly proficient in combat, correct?
At least for the sake of survival, yes.
Survival and what we're fighting is a little bit different.
Two vastly different things.
I have confidence in my abilities in a quote-unquote military escapade.
Ow.
Would you like to test it out?
If that's what you need of me, then yes, I will.
Okay. I believe there's a fight pit we can go to.
There's always
You're
a
gonna
fight
find it
pit.
yourself. Of course, you have a pipe pit.
Well, if it's occupied, is what I was getting at. So it's occupied.
Pipe pits are never completely full. I'm sure
going
we
to
clear
grab-
space out for you easily.
I'm going to grab a stick, or the training stick, and the glaive. My shield.
You're about to judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree.
Okay.
Not
Ashnir.
condone.
Ashnir.
Hmm?
I'm not sure. Okay. You're one of our most capable fighters. I'm not sure you should, test his might
I'm not going to
against,
go all out.
yourself.
I'm just
I'm not gonna go all out. I'm just gonna smack him around a little bit.
That's what the stick is for.
I mean, he also knows healing magic, so you might be able to go a little bit harder than you think you can. He hasn't
Jesus
proven
Christ.
it, but he said he could.
Jodak's relatively smart. How about a 2v2?
2v2? What do you mean 2v2?
Does the voice of God need to elaborate?
Yes.
All right, you know he's a support class, right? So if Vashnir really wants to
Yeah.
see his medal, then you need to put somebody in there that's not a support class so he can support.
Tiny.
No, Tiny's being trained at the moment.
What was the other one's name?
I don't know. I had them written down, and that paper is long since gone.
Because Tiny was mine. I named him Tiny because he wasn't.
Yeah,
trained.
but Tiny was the one who won everything.
Oh yeah,
I took the 2 strongest and the 2 weakest.
I thought Tiny lost.
No, he won.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tiny is the one who won everything.
Sorry, I got called away.
You're fine.
I just kind of need to know what's happening so I can create the scenario.
All right. So this is happening apparently.
Also, you can take Tiny.
You there? You. Do you consider yourself a frontline fighter? As in, you like to get up close.
Who is you
and punch
there,
people to
you?
death? You there, you person whose name I can't remember.
Peon.
New guy, Eon, not Eon, Peon.
There you go. God, Jesus Christ.
No, I do not consider myself close. I like to be a distance away.
Right, Fashion's the worst person you could possibly fight.
Doesn't let you run away.
It's incomparable to anyone else. Let's see. How about we give you a partner? Just if you're going to fight Vashnir, I would even just be 2-on-1,
That's fine.
because that might be more fair.
Y'all too.
Yeah, but you wanted this.
Also, might be rude. And Vashnir should use some help too. Don't we
Yeah,
have?
I'll be fine.
We have Trinket. We could have Trinket help you. Just some little minor passive things on the side.
Dude.
I'm being to help Vashnir.
2v1. Peon and Jodak versus Vashnir. Go.
Training weapons.
Yes.
Training weapons.
Probably training armor.
Probably.
He's getting a really long stick.
Oh
So
no.
it sounds like mechanically what they're orchestrating means. Caleb, you can buff and or otherwise help out Jodak however you want. I don't know about tossing a bunch of big powerful magic at him. That seems a little unsporting in this particular environment. So it looks like they want you to mainly use buffs and showcase how long you can keep Jodak up without his health regen ability and other shit he normally gets to play with.
Gotcha.
Jodak is going to get the shit beat out of him while you keep him alive.
That does also mean that you could probably get away with, summoning 18 giant spiders and using them to overwhelm poor Vashnir.
No. We talked about this.
Yes. I'd rather not get beaten past that. Okay.
No spiders.
But yes,
Give him a two.
spiders.
But you get to watch
God.
him squish them.
Damn it, spiders.
Okay, so are you guys heading to the fight pit, which by now probably exists in Nightbringer because orcs? And
It's
just
totally made, but it's work pit.
claiming things? Okay. So
Would
going...
they really say otherwise? Like, I think the orcs would love to watch fucking Vashnir fight something.
They would. So let me set the scene. So as you guys are arriving, I'm assuming you're bringing Barnabas just because they look cool.
Yep.
You're going there at the end of a skirmish. It looks like a couple orcs are having at each other with tourney swords. But as you approach and the crowd kind of diverts their attention, they kind of get a bit distracted. Everybody looks at you.
Oh, finish your fight at least.
One of them's still distracted. The other one just clonks him on the top of the head of the pommel. They fall.
Always keep your eye on the enemy.
That's gonna be fatal.
Pick him up and drag him out of the ring.
All right, now now it's clear. I'll take my side.
Okay, so
Begin when you want.
let's say this is a smaller fight pit, so it's just 30 feet across, which means no one can run away from anything. And I guess I'll call initiative. You guys have either blunted or stick equivalents to your normal armory. That does mean that any amount of +1 or additional effects like inscription and all that stuff will not apply.
Is this just the weapons?
What?
Is this just for the weapons?
Yeah. Well, your armor's gonna be normal armor too, because some of you have nasty effects on your shit. And if this is gonna be a nice little proof of concept, you probably don't want them active at this point in time. Unless you guys want to fight for the next hour and a half.
That's what this would turn out to be if I had to fight Vashnir.
Yeah.
With all my stuff. Yeah.
I don't know who would win if we fought all out between me and Vashnir right now with current equipment.
Well, you both have I win now buttons.
I know! That's what I'm saying.
So
I'm currently the weakest of this group.
I'm saying because I just got the new shield from him, and then
yeah, you don't get to use that, but just a shield is a +2 to your AC, basic plate is 18, you know how it goes. Just try to keep it in mind. I wouldn't even edit your sheet if you can help it.
just keep the same AC.
Well, your AC is 20. Just don't change things, because then we have to change it back.
Well, that's what I was asking. Like, what was the equipment gonna be?
20
I wanna know what the
AC.
AC was gonna.
And then Jodak,
Basic stuff.
if you're sticking with half plate, then that's, 16 +2?
+2? Is it 16 +2?
Yep. Because
it should be like 15 +2. Right?
I don't remember what half plate is. Have you been putting your thing in there this entire time?
No, he's right. It's 15 +2.
Okay.
I knew I had +1 armor and 18 AC before.
Nope, he's right. It's 15 +2 because it's max of 2 decks. You can get a feat that allows you to get +3.
I don't remember what stats are. So, initiative rolls 25 to 20.
Oh, I got roll. Oh, do.
If you want some advice, protect your face. Like, seriously, protect your face. You will need to.
22, 15.
17.
14.
15,
13.
10. All right. Alrighty then.
Oh. Okay.
Top of it is Vashnir.
Jodak!
I rolled low.
For shame!
You
Oh,
keep
is my
expecting him to be
weapons-
all roguey.
What's the
Significantly more fightery.
what's the damage on the
Normal glaive is
Stick.
+10. Or a d10.
Oh,
Assuming
shit.
that you picked up the same thing you normally grab. This is going to be either
Okay.
a blunted or like off metal version of a glaive. No reason to change your style.
Okay. I'm going to get 11 feet away from him and take a defensive stance.
Legally 15, but okay. And who's him?
He's going to have whoever's in front of me.
Probably Jodak.
Jodak. You see him one-handing the stick, like as far back as he can hold it, and his shield. Just to give an example.
Over to Peon.
Okay. So you said the 30-foot space, correct? Lengthwise?
Oh, yeah, it would be 15. I only got 24 movement. 25 movement.
I would like to cast Entangle, so it hits Vashnir, not Jodak.
Alright.
Pretty much the entire back half of the arena starts having vines sprout up from the ground. And then Vashnir needs to make a strength saving throw.
Alright. Wait, that's the wrong thing. Yeah, strength saving throw is right here. Oh, that's my ass, not 20.
And you are not restrained.
But that stuff remains, and it can grab people on next turns, or how does that work? Is it like an area that can grab things, or is it a, oh, you saved, fuck me, I guess?
It's a you saved fuck me.
Oh, darn. Okay, so a bunch of vines appear from the sand, strangely, and try to find purchase, but
Actually,
you
crushes
just...
him with the shield.
Yeah. Anything for your bonus?
I will cast Shillelagh on my quarterstaff, or my training quarterstaff.
Okay.
But then that would be it.
Over to Jodak. Ashton, you're squaring you up.
It's
Uh-oh.
really intimidating. I don't want to walk closer.
He's got like the shield in front and the stick on top of it.
You know as well as I do, it doesn't matter if you're close.
Exactly.
So you
Trying to
may as
stay back.
well.
I mean, I
If
could just stay back and throw some psychic daggers at him.
If you move away
Yeah.
now, he's gonna hurt you.
I don't gotta move for that.
And I will say that you can manage to mitigate the amount of psionic your daggers can employ. So you can absolutely do that without braining him.
They're training daggers. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do that.
Less training dagger, more low setting.
Yeah, less training dagger and set it to stun, not kill.
So it says psychic daggers, like psychic water balloons.
If that's what you want, by all means.
I don't know what a dual version of a psychic dagger would be.
A water balloon, obviously.
Obviously, it just splashes a little.
Do whatever it is you want to do. Do it. Ashnir is
That does
currently
not
AC
hit.
20.
No, 15 does not hit Vastnir. I have extra attack.
Uh-huh.
A 23 will hit Vastnir. I
You
think.
didn't have advantage from anything. This is normal damage. So a d6.
This is just a D6, which is fine. It's 7.
Well, d6 plus your modifier for 7 damage.
That's 7.
As he hurls a psychic water balloon on you. Hurt your brain a bit.
Why do
Okay.
you stand so far away?
As far as I can walk.
Anything for
One
your
more dagger.
bonus day?
That's
Nope.
21.
Flash.
Stella, don't you do it. Don't you do it, Stella.
For 7 damage.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my god.
Anything else, Jodak?
Nothing else. I'm supposed to be protecting my little dude here. Seeing what he can do.
Alright, now it shifts over to Vashnir.
Fuck him up.
Gonna get closer and give him with the whack.
To him.
Jodak.
Do I still get my to hit with this?
Your to hit's just your strength and your proficiency bonus.
Because I think we had like a +1, +2
6.
weapon.
Yep, that's going to be 6. So that's going to be 19.
Technically hits.
Okay.
But shield.
Raises his AC too.
Should be like
A million.
22. Did he raise it to
23.
his shield? 23.
Okay.
And that stays until end of
My
this
next
round.
turn.
Yeah.
I can still get secondary attack and then Great Weapon Master on this one.
Hmm.
Hit him the first time. Gives himself a
Gonna hit
penalty
him
the
harder
next time.
next time.
Just gotta swing it harder, that's all. So
I love that fucking, because it usually works, and we all know that's true. Oh, what, I missed the first attack? Oh, I didn't Great Weapon Master. It's fine. What, the Great Weapon Master gives me a penalty? Yeah, no, fuck off.
So you said I gotta beat 20, what was it, 22?
3.
23? Okay, do minus, crap, I gotta do math on this.
Yep. That -5 is a doozy.
Didn't you only have a...
It misses that.
Oh.
That was a 20, that was a 20. Yeah, it's a 24.
Yay!
It's okay.
But that
bonus
shield
action,
does
smack
warble when it gets smacked.
again. Okay, then bonus action, smack him with the back end of the stick.
No.
You got a Great Weapon Master that one too?
No,
Damn.
can I aim for the gut? Oh, my sheet's freezing up now. Nope, that's a 24, so that hits.
Yay!
No.
But that's only a D4, if I remember correctly.
Standard wise, yeah, I think it is a D4. The other one you have is a D6, I believe.
Yes.
Alright. You're taking 6 damage.
Scale
Just
feels
whack, whack.
very off.
Stick in the gut.
We're using blunted
up?
weapons. The scale just feels very off when we're using blunted weapons.
You're not using all your powerful magic shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just wait until he hits you with one of those Great Weapon Masters. You won't be thinking the same thing. Because then it'll hit 24 and you go, ow!
Can't heal from that. No.
Is there anything else on Vashnir's turn?
I forgot to use Warding Maneuver.
Next time.
You also can't heal in training because you don't have your normal armor on. Jodak.
That is all, then it goes to Peon.
Is it safe to assume that the glaive has reach?
Yes.
So is Vashnir 10 feet away from Jodak?
Yep.
Sick. I would like to cast Ice Knife as my action.
Alright.
This is gonna hurt.
14.
I'm assuming you're aiming it at his feet.
Yes, but it was a 14, so I don't think it matters.
It wouldn't hit his AC, but because you are aiming something that does explode, I'll say you can manage to miss where he'd still get hit. Because it wasn't a, horrific miss. And you know how your abilities work. Okay.
Like I hit him in the foot, essentially?
Now the dagger's landing nearby, but because they explode afterward for that dice of damage, you'll still get to deal the AoE damage.
Without the dexterity saving throw?
It does get a dex save. But you just don't get the piercing damage. You still get the dagger then explodes, he has to make a dex save, and you deal some damage.
Gotcha. Then it's time for a dex save.
From Vashnir.
Okay. Let's see what I roll. Because I'm using D&D Beyond, because I cannot use my physical dice at the moment. 17.
Does pass.
Half damage.
Yeah,
It says
damn.
no. Does it have? I thought it was no damage on this one.
I don't know. Most of them are half damage.
I'm pretty sure Ice Knife's the only one that's like if they pass, they take no damage.
Ice knife. Blah 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 blah. Correct. Shit.
Damn.
How much damage?
None.
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 Didn't know I had that qualifier.
But then as my bonus action, I would like to use my Spirit Totem to make a ethereal hawk appear in the middle of the arena.
All right. That thing's radius is basically everywhere here, right?
Yes, it's 30 feet.
All right.
So all attacks
Is it
against Vashnir have advantage now.
Oh. Oh. Hmm. Hmm. I
Right.
already knew this.
And it lasts for 1 minute.
10 fucking rounds of
And
advantage. Hey, look at that.
now it's Joe Dexter.
Psychic blades aren't doing cutting it. I'm already gonna get hit. I've already been hit once. Might as well just go all in.
And you've
Take a
been
step
hit by the
forward and
weakest.
stab him.
Immense the
Ooh.
stabbing. You have advantage.
Bonus action, I should say, put a seal on him first.
That's rude, but okay.
That's very rude.
Is that a spell?
No.
An ability.
No.
And in fairness, your warding maneuver is also an ability, so it does kind of fall.
It also says like nobody even knows that the seal is even there, save
Yep.
the one who put it there.
Mhm. So make your attacks.
Ashneer, okay? I'm making my attacks.
He's
This
got it
is
out of his armor.
minus
Now's his
20?
chance.
Maneuver.
No, that's fine. Oh, my stock isn't
Wait,
even a plus
actually, I gotta wait.
weapon.
I gotta wait for it to hit.
Oh.
Mm.
Heck.
Oh god. Smack him, Joe Deck.
29.
Warding maneuver. I'm rolling a d8.
That will bring it
Which
down to
that's what?
21, which will still hit.
Yes, but I have resistance.
Okay.
Okay. Give a resistance to just my. Do you have resistance to for the entire turn?
Resistance
I
got
against
attack.
the attack's damage.
It has
To
to be
that
that
attack.
attack, but it's also the first attack, and that's the only one sneak attack can go on. So,
Yep.
good call. But you can save your seal.
I can save my seal for another time.
Deal damage.
That is my. Does my amulet act as a reaction, or is that just at will?
Yeah, I don't know if you brought your amulet in here.
Yeah, of course I brought it in here.
What's your amulet do?
Shield.
That would be a reaction.
Okay.
So he could theoretically make Jodak miss that 29.
I don't think so, because I think his warding maneuver is also a reaction.
Is it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So either or.
I think warding maneuver gives me a higher because my warding maneuver is 1d8.
Well, it's potential to be higher. The other one's just a
But it
straight
is
5.
guaranteed resistance, which is good.
And the guaranteed resistance make it worth it, yeah. Anyway, Jodak, hit this man.
Gotta roll dice. Dice are hard.
And my dice have been rolled. I've just been sitting, waiting. But I guess that's kind of 26 damage total. Half that to 13 if you resist everything.
Yep.
No, wait, I'm doing that math wrong because I'm added the wrong stat. That's 22, half to 11.
He resists that attack's damage.
But you still have more
Yeah.
attacks to make. So.
I still have one more attack to make, which I will make. As soon as I find what my weapon was, there it is.
Oh my god, our druid can awaken things.
It's 26. The thing hits.
He's already used his warding maneuver. Can't double reaction. So yeah.
20, not 28. What I'm trying to say, 28. It's 18.
Can you use your seals? Brazil?
No,
Okay,
no, I did not. Not yet.
save it for later.
So that's
Maybe later.
29 total in that round. Not bad. Not bad at all.
It's not that bad. Running away from Bastion is a bad idea. You
Now
gotta
you live
stay
here.
and take it.
Well, no, you can't run away.
Yeah.
You're in my
You're
range.
stuck here.
Oh. You entered melee with Vashnir. I hope you know what you're doing.
No, I do not.
He has
This was
someone
a
who can
horrible
heal.
mistake.
Whack.
Bastion, your turn. Whack.
Vashnir go, oh, hi. Whack.
GWM.
I'm assuming you don't
Idiot.
move any, and you keep him within 5 feet and just start whacking.
Yeah, just kind of. He's there. Going at the whack.
He's great weapon mastering, by the way, because that's what he said by GWN.
That's a net.
I don't think they have any reactions to stop that, so
Well,
double D10.
natural 20's auto hit, unless you could change the die roll, is the best thing.
That's what I'm saying.
So you are taking.
Ooh, this is gonna hurt.
It's not that bad.
Potential of 30 plus strength.
I think Jodek has more stable damage potential at this point in time.
Yeah, I think so right now. Strip all the cool shit off of Vashnir, and Jodek can just barely outdo him.
Jodek has his own
Especially
cool
when
shit.
he does his, special stuff, and I definitely can't outdo him.
Yeah, a couple of characters have a button.
I'm just fucking with Thaddeus. That's all. I like ribbon Thaddeus a little bit too much.
I'll just sit here and take.
How much whack damage is he taking?
He is taking. That's plus 3. That's. Hold on. It's 10, 20. Fuck. Oh, God damn it.
What you roll on the die?
It's 9.
18 plus 10.
Plus 3.
So 28 plus strength. What's your strength?
That is plus 2.
So 30 damage total, I think, right?
So, let me check. Make sure.
9
Pretty sure.
plus 9 plus 10 plus 2, yeah.
30 fucking damage on one whack. It went from 6 to 30.
The Jodek moves forward.
Yeah, it was a D10.
Hits him with a combo. And then Vashnir just honk. Next.
Ow!
What I mean by fighting Fastnir is not fair.
His extra attack.
Hey, Baxter, go
Yeah,
again.
make sure. 18. I'm just doing a regular roll.
That hits.
Enough he was going to use shield again.
He only has one use of it.
Oh. You take a 12
I
damage.
can use that again.
You
But I'm
can?
not going to. I
Saving
can.
it for when he feels desperate.
So how much damage did you take that second time? 12, okay.
12. Okay.
Let's just say this fight will go until someone is bloodied.
I've been bloody for a while.
Seriously?
He did
I think he got
30
bloodied
damage
with
to
the
his
30 damage. That would nearly
is that
bloody
bonus
me.
action?
Yeah, that's actually fair. Do you want to continue?
Do you want to get? I'm asking you. You want to keep going?
We're testing the dude's
Oh.
healing ability.
That's
We
fair.
had to go all the way through.
We're testing the dude's healing ability.
That makes
He's got a
sense, actually.
fucking welt on the side of his fucking face. I mean, he did just cast a big ol' AoE spell that gives everybody advantage on that dude, so... Now's a perfect time for an assassin, by the way.
specifically his allies, which at this point in time is only Jodak, I believe.
Bonus action. Back in
Bonk
the
him
stomach.
again.
So the back end of the staff.
Oh,
16? Did I hit?
It's not.
Okay. Action surge. Was that bonus action? Or was that a bonus action?
That's free.
no, that's a free action.
Whack whack.
We're going to knock him out.
You guys do.
Oh no!
Oh no, he's
It's okay. Peon goes next,
It's
and then
it's not
Jodak can
a-
just repay it in turn.
It's not Grave Master, but it could have been. You would have hated that.
It's okay.
Oh, that's still rolled. Oh, that's 20 damage.
Plus strength.
Yeah, it ended up being 20 in total.
20 total. Okay.
Wait, what's your roll to hit?
Natural 20.
6.
Okay, cool.
That's what I said. Oh no.
Yeah.
Are you still standing?
Yes. I'm still standing
Bonk.
for now.
Fuck.
23?
Maybe you should have used shield earlier.
I'm gonna use shield now. Just because. I should have used it much earlier. Wait, what'd you say the number was?
23.
I can't even block that with shield.
I can't even do it. Damn it.
I was adding one to my AC. I need to subtract one, which means max is 22.
You're taking 10 damage on that one.
I want to subtract 2 from that. Just please.
No.
Just maybe.
What was that? Your Oh no.
He's down.
Just
He's
want to
down.
subtract 2. Just maybe. Just because you're nice.
It's
Hold
okay.
it
Down him.
Back a little bit.
Peon, give him the battle buff next turn, and let him pay him back.
Great. Oh.
Remember you said 2v1?
It's 2v1. And we're still losing.
No, you just lost. Peon's fine.
I just lost.
You have a healer,
You do have a healer.
which
With
means
this-
you have
with
a
this
I
bonus.
have
Peon
one
never
hand.
seen
How
all
many
this.
times Jodak has gone down?
I'm not going to get into how many times Kieran went down. It was double digits in one combat.
I think the Vashnir's trying to read Peon's facial expression.
Peon is unmoved and is focused. He's like, I see this every day.
Battle's not over yet.
Like, I have movement.
Out of attacks.
Are out of attacks.
11 feet away. No, actually, no. We'll be 10 feet. We'll get up. I'll get way within range. Or I'll get an inch over range. There we go. Just kind of like feeling with the stick. Alright, you got an inch.
It sounds like Vashnir's moving over to Peon, and then that's the end of his turn.
Getting within range of glaive.
Not giving him an inch, so that's about it. He moves a foot out, it's gonna get the whacking.
He's putting him inside his Polar Master plus Sentinel range. A bubble. Peon's turn.
I would like to use my bonus action to activate my Lifebringer crystal, assuming I have that on me.
Yeah, you're trying to show off your kill shit, so by all means.
Yeah, so I'll activate that. So all healing I do for the next minute is doubled. And then I will use Mass Cure Wounds upon Jodek.
Whacks him as he gets up.
Well, that's after he moves back into your range.
+4 +4, 28 HP for Jodek.
28. Cool.
A lot of fucking healing. Holy shit.
It's a lot of healing. But it's also just one attack from Fashionir. It's also a lot of healing.
It was one attack from you, too.
And then that's all I got.
Please, that's less than one attack from me now.
Alright. Jodek, you yet live.
It's my turn.
Now it's Jodek's turn.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, because Jodek's up.
Oh.
Training day all over again. I need to stand up. So first of all, I should stand up.
And then you can still get into Vashnir's range.
Then I have like 12 feet of movement left.
Well, Vashmir isn't that far away.
Yeah. Whole ring is only 30 feet, and he's 10 feet away from that dude, so...
He will likely endeavor to whack you as you enter his range. But...
Do seals disappear
No.
when I go down?
Yes. Yes?
I
I
don't
think
remember.
so. I think when you go unconscious, they do. Let me go look.
Either way, I'm gonna drop another seal on him. Or drop another seal on him.
This is gonna hurt.
Just put it on him and be ready. I need to run into his range.
Do you?
That means he think I kind of do if I want to do anything.
Well, you'll deal more damage.
Because I don't think I can use a crossbow. And he can run faster than I can.
You have 2 seals on Vashnir. They do not disappear. They last for a minute.
Correct?
Period.
Cool.
Jesus Christ.
Then I'm running in. I'm gonna go stab him.
Whack.
This is a whack that matters, because if he whacks you, Sentinel goes off, and you can't get within 10 feet.
You're right. I should shield.
Doesn't
Just
matter.
throwing things out.
Doesn't matter. Natural
Nope.
20.
Yep.
Stop that.
Poor Jodek. Jesus Christ.
I think I should have been allowed my armor and my special weapon.
So you could kill this man?
So I could stand a chance against him.
To be fair, I think we've already seen
He may not down you.
everything we needed to see.
But you're gonna have to swap to range combat regardless.
Question is, do I do Great Weapon Master on that or not?
Well, you've already rolled the
sorry.
dice.
Oh, yeah, I gotta call. Yeah, I forgot to call it. Yep.
Call it before you roll.
I forgot.
You're good.
Otherwise, it's I crit. I'm going to smite Great Weapon Master.
Yeah. Well, smiting you can do
I know.
after you roll.
I know.
Oh,
That's stupid. As long as it's not the spell smites, you're good. Fucking
Thanks for cost of bonus
dumb.
action. Yeah.
Oof, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a lot. That's
Just take the assumption and assume it's more than my health and I'm going down.
I don't think that's possible.
okay. So I rolled a 10, so that's
He did
20.
30. He did 30
20.
damage.
That's the
It might be possible.
22. Take 22 damage.
That's not more than my health. Cool.
Because it wasn't a Great Weapon Master, it would have been like a 32.
But now your movement speed is 0. Ow!
Now my movement
Oh,
speed
yeah,
is
yes.
0.
You're too far away to poke.
Takes this 1 foot, takes a step foot forward.
Still your turn, Jodek.
Daggers away.
Daggers. Dagger, dagger.
Shield.
You just use your reaction
29
to
does
attack him.
hit.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, okay, yeah. Keep forgetting.
I get sneak attack.
Negative.
I don't get that. I do not get sneak attack.
Actually, no, positive, because you have the eagle thing, granting cost and advantage.
Yeah. You can.
I forgot about it.
So, D6, 2d6, 2d6, 2d6.
Slow damage.
You gonna hurt.
D6, 2d6, 2d6, 2d6? Wait. Some of those 2d6 don't add up.
I said 3 instances of 2d6, first of all. You have sneak attack and 2 seals.
I have 2 seals. I forgot about 2 seals. I'm
If
not
he
popping them
decides
yet.
to use both of them now.
This is just 13.
Payback?
13 psychic damage. That's all. That's all.
Oh, come on.
He can attack 4 times this round, James.
I can attack another attack.
Yeah, it's fair.
A second attack.
He can choose
28.
to crit farm here if he so decides to. He gets to attack 4 times if he surges.
Wait, he went fighter?
No, he has the ill rigor that can action surge.
Painkiller.
Oh.
I mean, either that
fair.
or tell his friend to whack him with a stick.
The friend that's 10 feet away from him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no. I don't think that has reach. So,
So we can do the bad crypt farming. Yeah.
Yeah. That's 10 more psychic. And I am going to use my action surge equivalent. Because, yes, I'm never going to get another chance.
He's looking bruised. He's pretty bruised.
At a 29.
His AC's 20.
Yeah. You're gonna hit on a
Number
29,
6.
bud.
I don't know what his AC is.
What
It's
was
It
his
can,
AC?
it can at max be 28.
Sure.
He doesn't have his
Yeah,
armor
another
on, so it's
29.
just 20, isn't it?
You've already used your reaction, so.
In this case, I'm going to pop my seals. Once I find my seals, there they are.
Deal 2d6
One.
crowd.
And 2. And I heal a little bit.
Yeah, you do.
That's 8. Yay.
How much damage?
This last one was 24 damage total. I don't think I need to separate anything out for you.
I don't believe it's...
He's looking a little wobbly.
Is it 2 HP per seal that is used?
It's 2 HP per die.
2
That's
HP
used.
per die, so yeah, that's 4 die. Yep, okay.
4 per. That's 8. Mm-hmm.
Because that does technically crit, and it makes it weird in my brain. Because legally crits are double dice, and you're supposed to roll more dice, and we just kind of don't.
Just whatever it, and just double whatever amount you rolled. Yeah. And that's all I can do.
That was 3 attack? Or 4?
I think that was 4. 29, 29, 28. 29. Yep, 4.
So Vashnir Jodak gets back up. You realize it, give him a whack, and then he assails you from his whacked spot.
Yeah, he's bloodied. That hurts a lot. It's okay. Second win.
Vashnir's turn. Unless Jodak has anything else, which I do not believe he does.
He does not.
Vashnir gets back a D12, a 10.
Yeah, barbarians are D12, bud. They're the only ones.
And sometimes I just want to see the majestic D12 used in more situations.
Change to. Where's the fucking +9 come from? Damn. 1d10 plus 9.
Higher level.
Oh yeah.
Things, mechanically, aren't looking great for Vashnir.
I can whack them both.
You can.
Or
Or
focus
I can
fire
just
the one
whack
that
the
has low
Healy guy.
health.
That hurt a lot. You're getting whacked again.
No. BPB, just let me sit over here, play with my cards. I'm a good.
You're not playing with your cards in the middle of a fight pit.
He just puts
You're gonna get
away his
whacked.
dagger, brings out his deck of cards. Eh?
Pick a card, any card.
Whack. 25.
I can't shield that. I think it minimums more health than I have.
How much HP
No,
do you
it's
have?
It's in the teens, so maybe
No,
I'm good.
above. Because his minimum right now is
Messaging me.
3.
Is it 3? Oh,
Yeah, it's D10 plus
I
2.
assumed it was like 20 for some reason.
Why?
Because he
I
hit
don't
him for
know.
30.
Maybe for 30.
With a
You're
D10 plus
taking-
2.
11 damage.
I just hear that.
All right. That's 11 damage. I'm
Whack.
doing fine. Whack the other dude. Yes.
Who you whacking,
That's-
Basher?
New guy hasn't got whacked yet, but he also did a lot of damage to me last time.
Having a flashback
Black.
to the Wyvern encounter, except now Vashnir is the Wyvern.
Oh, dude, that
Same
was
thing.
That was something though. That fucking Jodak now gets to experience it, which is the main thing. He needed to experience it because that was hell.
I experienced it.
Watch
No,
from
you
You
afar.
were not. No, you didn't. You watched it
was
happen
your
from
second to hit?
afar. You didn't experience shit.
It's a 25.
That number he said he can't shield. You have more than 3 HP.
Oh no! Don't look at me
No.
like that! Don't look at me! Don't look at me like that!
I have 3 HP, which means his minimum will take me down.
Alright.
I am down. Again.
Shh. My sneezing hook, baby.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yes, baby.
Don't be a
Give me
dick.
an advantage.
Seven damage.
Doesn't matter. You took me down anyway.
Attack.
No. Shh, shh. About the bottle. That's all I can do.
Okie dokie. And it goes over to.
Oh, I'm actually no. I'm
Never
gonna,
mind.
guys. How far away is fuck.
I think
You
you put
moved
him
within range.
Yeah.
Okay.
in your
I
sphere
don't know if I
of
can move
influence.
out of. I didn't know if I can move out of his range, so he would get up and then get smacked again.
You're 10 feet away from me.
Don't think so.
Or something like that.
Unless you do some weird maneuvering around Peon.
Hold up.
End of your turn?
Yep.
Over to
Can I
Peon.
pull it over?
Maybe with a different weapon.
I have a question.
Okay.
If I summon 8 giant wolf spiders,
Ah.
could I have them
I'm gonna
all grapple Vashnir at the same time?
Yeah.
Or like do something like where they cover them in webs?
Potential, yeah.
Sick. Then that's what I'm going to want to do.
Okay. Beyond summons spiders. Many spiders.
8 of them, and they are giant wolf spiders. The worst kind of spider.
I don't know what the spider stats are.
They're CR 1/4,
That doesn't
each of them.
tell me.
You want me just to do grapple? Because there's an actual thing for shooting webs out. I just thought it'd be cool.
Either or, realistically. If you grapple, then that's normally a strength-based check. Spiders, traditionally, not known for their strength.
That is correct.
Web, though, is a dex save. Vashnir is quick-ish, but he's likely to fail if you toss 8 of them at him.
And that's what they will all do. They will all shoot webs at Vashnir.
Ah, fuck.
Spiders! Web! If he fails quickly, then however many would be left would get to have little attacks on him instead.
Okay.
So save number 1.
19.
Number 2.
18.
What was number 2?
18.
3.
15?
What's the DC?
I don't know the calculation off the top of my head.
Well, if they have a web thing
Um,
that's a save, then the DC should be on their thing with it.
Well, it's not on the thing.
Oh.
I just thought it'd be cool. That's what I was asking.
Oh, okay. So,
They are creative with his spell stuff.
yeah, but if they all had his save, then that would get very ridiculous very quickly. So,
There.
I think we can say probably 13.
Sounds good.
So you were on save number what?
That was 3.
was save
He passed.
3.
4.
Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to roll with one hand. Because
You're
baby. Yeah. Trying to feed the bottle. Take the bottle. Take the bottle. Take it. Don't grab my eye. Please don't grab my eye. Oh. You want to try that? 1 second. Hey, take the bottle. Take the bottle. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, it's a 19.
5.
Yeah, don't grab that. Don't grab that. Nope, there we go. That's a 7.
All right.
Yeah. So 3 little attacks on him.
Now your
Or
other
2 little
3 can
attacks.
just go
Oh,
in
the
there and
3,
make
right.
attacks at advantage.
Can I whack them if they're getting in my range?
I'm pretty sure they started their life in your range.
Oh.
Yeah. You get 3 little spider attacks
Oh, with
at
advantage.
advantage.
22 to hit for the first one.
Next, just roll your hits. 'cause
Wait,
we
I
have,
can reaction shield, right?
I don't know. Can you?
I use my reaction since my last turn.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, shield.
Shit. 23, no longer hits. Is it possible for the spider to hit him?
With a natural 20, yes. Probably.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the only way.
They all technically have advantage, so
That was a 7 on the second one.
One more.
They all miss 17.
Okay, so narratively, here's what's happening. Vashnir, you are currently restrained. You know that as part of this, you're going to have to burn your action to get that off. And At the moment, there are 8 big-ass fucking spiders crawling all over you, trying to get at your yummy insides. You know that if they actually all have a go at you next turn, or if your shield fails, because there are times when you like look up and can just see these fangs just clunking off the side of it, you're well within overwhelm territory, and they're just going to start hurting you next round if you don't figure out a way out of this.
All right, I see where this is heading. We'll hold a draw. Thank you. I see you have me beat here. I'd shake your hands, but a little tied up at the moment.
Jodak's just asleep on the floor. Probably send like a healing word on him, please.
Asleep?
He's unconscious. None of these were lethal.
Yeah, but that's not asleep. That's knock the fuck out. There's a big difference.
Yeah, just remember all the training sessions we've had.
Someone somewhere gives Jodak a healing word.
Yeah, sure. Bonus action, healing word, Jodak. I guess.
I guess.
Yes.
Jodak, you come to, there's a fuck ton of spiders all over Vashnu.
And you won! Woo!
No. Just no. No. I don't have anything that could hit everyone in our range. I don't think.
Kind of shaking yourself off a bit. They seem to be underneath your goblin friend's control.
I thought you could only do squirrels.
No.
This is that's horrifying. You should have led with that. Like,
The squirrels do acrobatics. They're cool.
Spiders are terrifying!
those are horrifying.
They're like a foot tall! I want you to know this!
Just kind of crawling around the pit.
I would like to dispel the spiders so they go away, please.
Spiders
Jesus
disappear,
Fucking Christ!
and their web does as well.
That's very impressive.
Thank you.
That's daunting.
Welcome aboard.
Okay.
Oh. You alright, Jodak?
The fucking audacity! I'm sorry! They are not 1 foot tall. Giant wolf spiders are medium creatures.
Oh, so they're 4 foot tall at the least.
Let's just say that they were not quite that big. Because otherwise they actually get in each other's way. So these things are probably like a little bit bigger than squirrels.
Medium.
I hate it here.
Okay. That's a question that I don't think I have the answer.
You're bruised, but
You're gonna get all slapped in the back. Let's go get some drinks.
Yes, drinks.
I'm gonna go get my armor back. Alright.
Grabbing him, dragging him, drinks.
Armor first. No. Please.
Pass the strength saving throw. Grab you by your like collar. We're gonna go grab drinks now.
Ian, do remember on your shield, since you have it transcribed with healing stuff, you can just use that as basically a full heal whenever you're not in combat.
I took
I
no
want my armor
damage.
back.
so-
Well, yeah, not specifically on you, but on other people too.
You look fine though.
Okay.
but- Fine, I'll full heal him. I'll be nice.
Don't need to. He can just live with that giant welt on the side of his head.
I'll heal him. I'll play
It's more in the
support.
guts.
Not the worst that Fafnir's done to me.
Not the
They've
worst
done
of
to you.
anything.
Are you still upset about the flying?
Yes, I'm upset about the flying. Why wouldn't I be upset about the flying?
Okay, more trading for flying tomorrow. Got it.
Nope, 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 no. I got things to do. I'll go do
We also
my
know how to
thing
fly.
and let you
But he's
handle
gonna get
everything
rusty.
else.
Yeah, you can't just fly one time and like, oh, I can fly now. I'm a flying man.
He would have gone out there
I
multiple
fly-
times, but he may have been avoiding it.
I fly the skyship all the time.
Or giant.
Like I usually fly the destroyer when we move it. So yeah, I fly all the time. I think I know
Don't
how to
neglect
fly.
your mounts. Don't neglect your mounts. They know. They know.
That is a ridiculously powerful third level spell. Holy shit!
Anything that
The
fiddles with
summon
the action
creatures.
economy is exponentially stronger than anything that doesn't, just due to the nature of how the game works.
No, yeah, I know. It's just you can summon 4 fucking regular medium-sized apes.
Ook.
Or black bears, or crocodiles even. Fuck.
You can do many things with conjure animals.
Yes, that's fucking great. I love it.
But okay, it looks like you guys are kind of shaking off the combat there and heading into the tavern. Anything in particular, or can we just assume you guys have a good time?
Good time.
Great time.
All right.
Some normal belly aching, complaining, try to heal
Gonna
my
get him a
bruises.
bag of ice.
So I guess beyond overall, it's a pretty weird day. You show up, talk to these guys, they immediately invite you into their upper echelon, at which point in time one of them beats the other one up with a stick, and then promptly surrenders whenever you surround them in spiders. Now you're treated to free drinks and food.
Good day. Good day.
I think it's pretty standard for us, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
don't think horses do anything different either. So
My elbows itch.
That's a weird sentence.
Yeah, he's got the power.
Allergies.
Yeah, but he said it weird. Itchy eyes makes sense. Like, my eye itches, that's fine. But my eyeball is itchy, is the way he phrased it. It's just like, oh, what are you doing? Sticking your finger up in there? What the fuck?
Doing what he must.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys interact with your new party member. I don't know if you guys bring Tadori in at any point in time. He still hasn't described himself.
Tadori's doing his... Tadori's mad at a portal right now. You gotta go get him.
I know work.
I'm pretty sure he heard the familiar with the wax.
All right. So
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
don't worry about it. Random silence doesn't happen. Where was I? Yeah.
I haven't introduced myself, and I am kicking a portal currently.
Well, if the other two want to introduce him to basically the only other core member of the party, that's kind of on them.
I know.
I need to go to relax.
There is also Trinket, but he's like
Sounds
support now.
relaxing.
So like,
There is also Trinket. God, the
I'll introduce him to Trinket. And
wow. Okay. I see how it is.
Oh, because you gotta go. Because he's probably closer around. Then I go find you.
I see how it is. It's fine. No, it's fine. It's
Okay.
fine.
you make your way into the
Less
temple you
important
guys
than
have
a
built for
fucking
him.
NPC. I see how it is.
Guess Trinket, okay? He's kind of been with us longer.
I'm gonna grab
Accurate.
Trinket and we're gonna go find you at Portal. I would.
No, you're
No, you're
fine.
there.
Just introduce Trinket. It's fine.
No, because he said he was raised by orcs.
No.
They take you to a church that they've established on the lands here. It seems to be a church to, looks at my own pantheon because I'm an idiot. And there are a couple of gods that sound really similar to each other.
Same god as me, I think.
Oh.
No?
No.
Not the life god?
No.
Oh.
They are... Call.
Call. Wait.
So you see a bunch of little earth and mountain-like symbology around the building. Opening it up, there's a half-orc. They've basically just got the standard, like, clerical attire on. Little mountainous pendant around them, around their neck. And cannot look up and give a wave whenever these guys walk inside.
I just enter and say, hello.
Hi.
I like your church.
Thanks. These guys have set me up pretty well. Yeah, need something?
Tell me more about your god.
What precisely are you wanting to know? Like, yeah, the basics, or?
I know they're the god of Earth, but I would like more detail. Like, how does one go about worshipping Gokal?
Well, the standard aspects in their domain have to do with resiliency, dealing with hardships, and then moving forward. It also helps with things like the harvest and things like that. So, basically, it's the one people tend to turn to whenever times are tough, because it's something that can be trusted to be reliable. Where the others have a more ambitious or outward-facing aspect to them.
I see. Well, thank you. I appreciate you telling me more about your god.
Anytime, and if there's anything ailing you, I'm pretty decent at fixing stuff.
Good to know. Thank you.
Ow.
Oh, Trinket, by the way.
Keon.
Oh, hold out a hand. Gonna leave him hanging?
Hmm?
Did you gonna leave him hanging?
Is he holding out a hand for me or for?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Good baby. Yeah. Hold my hand. Good seeing you again.
No. Trinket was
What?
holding out a hand for Peon to shake, because they just introduced themselves.
Yeah. They fucked me. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You got a baby to watch. You're fine.
I don't know, I feel like him sitting there kind of sweating for a bit, and then Vashnir just giving him a handshake kind of works.
It's fine.
I'll shake his hand either way.
Okay. Hands
Sorry, I'm
shake.
laughing at what Jodak put in the fucking, or Thaddeus put in the fucking chat. Oh, love you, Thaddeus.
If there's not else, then I guess I'll just continue doing what I was doing.
All right.
I have nothing
On
else.
to the other dome.
You leave the poor low charisma cleric alone, and you go find the devil in the basement. Okay. You go down there, and heading into this basement, this is one of those, like, oh, apparently someone decided they needed a dungeon for their dungeon type locations. Going in there, you can see this arch of some kind is being produced, etched all along the side of it. You can see a whole bunch of gemstones and magical, like, runic stuff written along it. Every now and then you'll see a little faint glow, and then it'll just kind of fizzle out. And
Every time
probably
it
looking,
fizzles out, it gets punched.
following the sound of the blow, you see. Please just describe yourself.
Standing probably around 6'8". Fucking brain. Deep red skin tone with golden eyes and backward facing horns. Wearing no armor, 2 short swords on either side, and a whip on the left side, right toward the front thigh. That's it. He's not got a lot. He looks rich. That's about it.
They are wearing pants.
Yeah, they are clothes. Yes, no armor, but clothes.
No pants.
Gold, Thaddeus, gold. I said their eyes are gold. They don't have irises, Thaddeus. Their entire eye is gold. No, fuck off. Anyway.
While James talks to the voices in his head.
Shut up! Thaddeus is typing his head, talking like a weirdo. Listen, I'm not noticing anybody walking in. I'm mad at a portal.
I want to enter and then say, hello.
Oh, Jesus!
It's a goblin.
Hi.
Howdy. Hello.
Who are you? Bash, who's this?
Name's Peon Bone Crusher. Nice to meet you. I extend my hand.
I'll shake it. Huh. Well, I'll probably have to bend down to shake it, won't I?
Probably yes. Unless you want me to stand on a spider. Shake your hand.
No, fucking no.
Stand on like 4. Make them tower.
But he'll bend down to accommodate and handshake and say, "Good to meet you. Why are you here?"
I was led here. I don't know what this room is. What are you working on?
It's a portal to home, I guess, is the best way to describe it.
Home.
The
Like
Hells.
Alabama.
The hells.
Ooh, hell. I've heard a lot about hell.
And mostly lawyers and sleuths. Fine. It's home. I need to get back there. It's been too long. Anyway, it's not working, so I'm a little annoyed. I guess Vash has recruited you, because Vash is sullenly standing over in the corner like he usually does.
I think so.
Yes, he came looking. Showed us he has some pretty nice magic.
Is my, because he has a stone, right?
Huh? What?
He has
No.
a stone.
The only people that have that thing is right now are you and Ashley.
Me. Oh, okay. I didn't know if the thing he used for the life thing or whatever the hell was the
No,
stone.
that-
I didn't know what was going
That
on.
was a different crystal of some kind.
Okay, never mind.
It's a couple of those, actually.
Because the only thing I was going to ask is if the resonance thing would do anything if he showed up with a stone.
If, then perhaps. They didn't.
Okay. Cool. Well, if Vashnir swears by you, then hey, you gotta be pretty damn good. Ugh.
You got me cornered there pretty quickly. I'm surrounded by it.
I could use a break from
Too big.
punching rock for the moment. What are y'all up to?
You can buy you a drinking if you want.
I could go drinking. Fuck it, I'm gonna go drinking. Fuck this portal right now.
Woo! More alcohol.
Where the hell is Jodek? Shouldn't he be here too?
He's
Recuperating.
Licking his wounds.
he may be taking a little bit easy after the what would we call it? Test of strength, test of might, test.
What happened?
You don't want to know.
You're not there.
No.
Yes, I do want to know.
I summon
He'll
spiders.
tell you.
Training stick.
You summoned spiders. You had a training stick. Wait, did you, as he points at Peon, and Jodek fight Vash?
Yes, we did.
And you won.
I look towards Vashnir and needing reassurance that I won.
I know what I need. That was a pretty sticky situation I got stuck in there. It went from 2v2, or it went from 1v2 to 1 versus 9 pretty quick.
Huh.
So many spiders. There's so many spiders.
Well,
this is without
would
armaments.
say-
This is just training.
I would say as compliments for you winning, drinks on me as much as you want, but the drinks are free here, so...
You have apple cider here.
I look at Vashnir because I don't fucking know.
Because I'm only 15.
Weren't you just drinking with us earlier?
I mean, yes, but I'm only 15, and if I'm going to drink responsibly, I should not have too much alcohol.
You know anything about goblin aging?
No.
Yes. I know I can drink.
I'm saying do I know to Eric?
I mean, they're the type to live fast.
Huh.
As to whether or not they die young because they are their environment, natural proclivities. Oh.
But I don't know when they hit adulthood or nothing like that, I'm guessing. I don't have many dealings with the goblins, so it's fair enough. Huh. Yeah, you can drink as much as you want. I don't give a fuck. You want to drink some beer, drink some beer. Ale, whatever. Go for it.
Yeah, we could always ask.
Go ahead.
I was saying we could always ask for the if they know if they have apple cider.
I don't know what they have and don't have. I need something strong. My fucking portal isn't working. Ugh.
You tried turning it off and on again.
I'm going to punch you. And I won't be as nice as Vashnir. I don't think Vashnir used his stone at all.
It was a training fight. No specials equipment allowed.
That don't mean shit to me. Anyway, I'm gonna go get booze. Let's go get booze.
Booze.
Alright, so you guys are making your way back to the tavern. It does have a variety of options, including non-alcoholic stuff, because you have the budget to do so.
We're just sitting at a table, my head down, wherever they left me when they last left this area.
Hey, Jodek,
Yeah,
you
but-
wanna do your thing?
Get another slap on the back.
Hey, Jodek, you want to do your thing?
I have to.
Yes.
This isn't the best time for that. But
Perfect time.
How about I phrase it like this? You do your thing, I'll give you guys your main quest pointer, since I know what you guys are doing. At the end here, that'll be session, and then we can get out of here before midnight. Cool.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Sounds good.
Do your thing.
I don't think it's a question anymore, Thaddeus.
I know. Well,
I just want to say, as soon
Yeah.
as I see Jodak, I am gonna say, God, that's a massive welt.
There is just
aware.
a large purple welt on the side of his head where his great weapon master for 30 fucking damage smacked him in the cheek.
Believe me, I am aware. Well, Peon, since you are, I suppose, officially joining us,
He kicked Vashnir's ass. I say it's good.
he, never mind. We have this little tradition of ours, you see.
You see some of the orc's ears just kind of perk, like, oh.
I myself am what you would call a fortune teller of sorts and things.
Hey, boys.
So,
Boys. Doing the thing. Doing the magic thing. It's the future. Oh. There's a crowd.
Fucking get surrounded by orcs.
Listen, you give out a couple fortunes that are eerily accurate. These are orky boys. That's fucking amazing.
Also, probably very what's the fucking word I'm looking for? It's the same thing that football players always smack the top of the fucking door before they leave the football hall.
Tradition.
Superstitious.
Superstitious.
That's the word I was looking for. My brain figured it out
You
once
went
I
to
fucking
sports,
did the
which
football
puts
thing.
me at an extreme disadvantage.
Listen, dog, it's the only thing I could come up with in my head. But they're probably extremely superstitious as well, I'm guessing.
Well, yeah. Look at everything from their perspective. They were doing great with a war band. Then these guys showed up, killed their boss and their dragon. And now things are somehow better overall, except no dragon, which does make them sad. But, you know, oh well.
We'll get another one. It's fine.
We have another dragon eventually.
I'm sure we can get one at the bargain buy. It'll be fine.
Regardless, continue your scene.
Little tradition. Since you are the newest member of our little outfit, it's time for you to receive your fortune, be it good or bad, happy or sad. You know how it is, right?
I understand. I like magic.
It's very different from your nature magic. It's more up to interpretation, if you will. You understand what I mean by fortune?
Eon's like eyes widen as you said new magic. He's like, I think I understand, but in all honesty, no.
See some orcs nod in the background.
Oh, cool.
When I say
Caster in the party.
fortune,
We don't understand.
I mean a more or less prediction of your future. More or less, I would say.
Eon's eyes
Uh,
widen even more as he gets excited about the magic.
I want to say it's more of a reading where it can be very. I forgot the word I want to use there. I forgot my entire fortune telling spiel because I haven't done this in forever.
You have taken a head wound.
I'm sorry, I'm just recollecting myself.
Yeah, halfling. Come on, skip the spiel. Let's get to it. I want to see this shit.
Yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Reading the future is bad for you, potentially. When you look into the future looks back at you. You potentially change the future, yada yada yada. You know this spiel by now, right? Well, they do. You probably don't. You don't have a choice in the matter. Neither do I. We're just doing this now. Yeah. Need to know. That is not the right question. What question do I normally ask?
You normally do the 3 card.
No,
Give him a full spread. What are you doing?
what do I normally ask? How do I do my fortunes?
Some of the orcs are gonna see the poor Jodek is struggling. They're gonna make their way out of the building for a moment. They look concerned.
Okay. Honestly, I don't remember how I do fortunes anymore. I'm supposed to ask some question.
Normally they ask a question, but the questions that they have asked have been related to the things that they are going to do, or their overall like goals or goals
You
in general.
usually say something like, think of something, or what is something you really want, or whatever like that.
Like,
Something
what is
specific.
it that your heart desires? But that's trademark. I can't say that.
The orcs that left return. They have what appears to be one of the doctors from the actual like medical clinic that Vashnir has set up here, and they start properly tending to your head wound.
Aww.
Probably should have got that taken care of first before starting this. This doesn't bode well. Either way, what is it? Not what is it? Shut up, Matt.
You can ask the same question. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if it's trademarked.
I very well will. Might as well. What is it that your heart desires? What do you seek to do in the future? What do you want to know? What do you want to
Also,
find out?
the trademark is, what is it you desire?
No.
Shit it.
I desire to help nature thrive and make the earth better than it was before, by any means necessary.
Ooh.
So can you phrase that in the form of a question?
In a question, oh goodness.
That is actually acceptable. It doesn't really need to be a question. I typically prefer questions.
It
That's
just needs to be
easiest.
specific.
Okay, then that
Has
works.
to be very specific. You wish to better nature by any means necessary.
Better the
That's
world as a
correct.
whole.
Better the world as a whole.
Those are two
How would you
very. Hold
accomplish
on.
this?
Just because you're things here. Are you going nature or the world? Because nature can exist outside the world.
For the sake
Fair.
of this, I will say the world.
Fair.
You seek to leave a positive mark on this world.
Yes.
Alright.
Well, a doom and gloom fortune would bode quite ill now, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah.
All my fortunes are doom and gloom. This is great.
Let's find out.
Oh, hey.
I forgot to bring up my cards.
They weren't
Whoops.
all doom and gloom.
Most of them are.
I don't think Todori's was. Oh shit!
No,
I didn't
yours
give
was just-
Todori's name. Fuck.
Well, I'm gonna shuffle these cards real quick.
As you're
Just
shuffling,
draw-
one of the medical practitioners will just like hand you a tablet, and without even like missing a beat of your shuffling, you take a drink of your drink and get yourself taken care of.
I don't actually have to touch these anymore. It's just
Oh,
Ooh.
by the way, Peon, the name's Todori. I think I forgot to do that earlier.
Nice to meet you, I forgot what you said to me. I'm sorry.
Todori.
Tadori. Nice to meet you.
We don't have to put that much emphasis on it. I just made sure that that the "ta" was pronounced, because both Thaddeus and Eric have said I haven't pronounced the "ta" before.
fair.
That's very
It's
important.
Fine.
And I'm also vamping for Thaddeus to have more time.
Shuffle, 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 shuffle.
Yeah. You see this deck? Every card in this deck is unique. Every single one of them. I believe there's 57. I don't know. I lose count sometimes. Also, numbers are weird right now.
There are 8.
Fair
Just
enough.
suffering from a concussion. No, sorry.
All you have to do is draw 3 cards anywhere in this deck. Could be the top, could be the middle, could be the bottom. You could mix and match, use all 3. Just draw 3 cards.
Card 1, I want to come from dead center of the deck. And then I will take the 5th from the top and the 5th from the bottom.
I also did
Ooh.
this terrible thing to him.
I did that terrible thing to him as well.
Are you sure that these are the cards you're happy with? You can freely change any of them if you wish. You can reset all of them if you want.
I'm happy with them. They are balanced, like all good things should be.
Thanos over here.
Can you just one more time for prosperity's sake and make sure I actually have it in my head? Can you restate your question or your quest, your mission, what you want?
I want to leave a positive impact upon the earth.
Upon this world, understood. Well,
First card, death.
that's tower. No, it's not tower. Cool. Make sure. This first card, currently, I'm going to go through them slowly. I think this first card, as I flip it over, it represents your situation, current situation you're in. It's in right this moment. This card is the 10 of Cups. For visual reference, it's just 10 cups stacked in a pyramid. Yeah, 10 cups stacked in a pyramid.
Didn't have to roll a single
Card in the forward position represents happiness, fulfillment, celebration. So that would mean you are celebrating something. Your situation is to fulfill, not fulfill. Why am I saying the word fulfill? To better the world. Just celebrating your current situation that you're in. So meeting us. We're in a bar, celebrating. Yeah, finally join our ilk.
Ilk is a bad term. Come now.
Ilk is not a bad term.
I know.
The second card represents the actions you will take from this point forward to forward your goal. Your goal is leaving a positive impact on the world. Understood. The second card is the Two of Pentacles. I should write this down so I actually have a record of the fortune I give.
I got you.
Thank you. The Two of Pentacles. It's just 2 hands in front of a infinity symbol, essentially. This
Just tell
card
me if they were
represents-
reversed, by the way.
They're not reversed.
Okay.
This card represents balance, priorities, and adapting to changes. In order to fulfill your goal, to complete your goal, you'll be confronted with several challenges, per se, that will require you to change something about yourself, to adapt to the situation that you will come up to. Choose whether to save one thing or save the other, obtaining, balance. As you said, as all things should be. And your final card represents the outcome of your actions. This card shows what happened after your actions, how you will accomplish the goal, how your goal will turn out based on the actions you have taken. This card is the Two of Swords in the reversed position.
I got it. Keep going.
In the position it's in, the Two of Swords, this represents the lesser of two evils, or the lack of a correct choice, or confusion. Meaning somewhere along the way, you will lose track of your original goal. You will wind up in a situation where there is no possible way out but to take just the least bad choice. This does not sound like a good fortune whatsoever. I don't believe I can put a positive spin on this. Have what I said to you currently made any sense? Do you understand what I'm dictating to you?
Yes, yes, I do.
Considering my track record of fortunes, I
Very on
feel I
point.
have to apologize.
Very on point.
Yeah, exactly. Very on point. So I feel I have to apologize. Uh, Joining us may not have been the exact right choice for you to take, or it could have been the best choice. Who knows? The future is whimsical. It changes on the drop of a dime.
It could have been the least bad choice. Eh?
It also could have been the least bad choice. Exactly, voice in my head. You're exactly right. I did say it was the lesser of two evils, whatever your outcome will be. One way or another, it seems your goal might, maybe, potentially be accomplished. To some degree. Probably not the degree you wish for, of course.
I see.
Do I really give that many doom and gloom fortunes?
You give enough.
I got one myself, Bashir has one. Yours is fine.
Kieran's was very bad. Tadori's was fine.
How typical the person from the Hells has the best fortune of all the ones I've given.
Because his goal was just to get home. All your fortune said was it was going to take a while. Which, hi, yeah, it is.
Oh well, there you go. Do with that knowledge what you will. Or just completely ignore it and forget about it. That might be for the best.
Eon shakes your hand very aggressively and thanks you repeatedly for using your magic and wisdom on him.
It's not that magical. Well, it is, but it's also nothing you need to thank me for.
Even a little bit
I
of magic
think.
is magical. And all magic is special. Keep shaking your hand.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I believe I'm in need of some medical attention. I don't know if I can see straight.
Go visit Trinket. You'll be fine.
How is he, by the way? I haven't spoken to him over a while.
Don't know. I haven't spoken to him much either. He's kind
I
of
might go
busy
do
with his
that.
church.
But as you go to reacquaint yourself with old friends and make acquaintance with a new friend throughout whatever means or methods you all decide to use, you all have a peaceful night. Jodek, you are eventually taken to the hospital proper to get your shit recovered. Because healing magic is one thing. Lasting cure, like, stuff is another.
I imagine we're getting back in the fight, but I'll still have a concussion.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
But as the night draws to a close and you all find your respective beddings, Vashni, I'm assuming you give Peon somewhere in the keep proper.
Yeah. Pretty sure you have plenty of rooms.
Peon, you probably have the best accommodations you've very possibly ever had. Vashnir, you feel your diplomat's pouch shift a bit.
I need to get me
I'm
one
going
of
to
those.
check it.
Looking into it, it is a letter from your father. It states that your presence is requested in Rock Hollow. An accord has been struck with Attica, and they desire the use of a highly capable team. And your name came up.
Hey guys, we've been cold.
That's something you can tell them in the morning.
Okay.
So, there is nothing else. Then we can call session there.
Portal.
Anything for closing before I start shutting things off?
When did y'all start?
Welcome to the group, Caleb.
Squirrels.
Start.
7:38.
Hope that you
Damn.
don't die due to this fortune,
1 o'clock.
because that would not be the first time that happened.
I think you'll enjoy yourself. I hope.
I think the druid will be fine. Druid's gonna stay back most of the time. Vashni and I are gonna be frontliners.
Yeah, well,
Thaddeus is
that's
gonna be
just
mid-range. I
combat.
think it's gonna be fine.
I'm a
Combat. I more
frontliner.
meant like overall.
At worst, I just turn into a squirrel and join my squirrel acrobatic circus.
Just use double team. Which one's you? They don't know.
Exactly.
And end the recording here. We'll continue whenever we continue. Goodbye.
Hell yeah. Bye.
Bye.